Hello, good evening, welcome. Oh, sorry, I'm going to get myself sorted out. I cannot get my back sorted out this evening. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. The good thing is my back is getting better, and I'm hoping to be racing next week. I really am, but I can't get this pillow straight. It's annoying me. I tell you what, it's annoying me nearly as enough of Greg White, Gamer Dan, and now number one Pops has joined the Pink Brigade. What is it? What is it with you guys and pink? It's spreading. It's like a pink disease that's just oozing out of everybody at the moment. I mean, they even got me doing it on the thumbnail for the video. Did you notice? Even I've hit rock bottom now. There is nowhere else to sink to. Oh, my word. Anyway, it is, I think it's Wednesday, the 18th of February. And we're in the Alfa Giulia. I'm going to use the correct pronunciation this evening. We're in the Alfa Giulia, the GTAm 2020 vehicle. All night long tonight, we're going to be at the Nürburgring Sprint, Sardegna Road Track B, Trail Mountain, Dragon Trail, and then hoping to finish up with either a Smashy Bashy or a Nord. I will leave it up to the guys to choose on that particular one. In the chat, we've got Hulky Racing, French is in. Good evening to you, Gamer Dan also. Rasta Rick, Ollie's popped in to say hello. Speedy, good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for popping in, Gamer Dan. I think I already said, I'm repeating myself now. Number one Pops, he says it's manly. It's never manly. It's never. How on earth can you say? Where is he? Look, how can you say that's manly? He's got an L plate on it. He's got Spongebob SquarePants and some weird looking thing on the side of it. And Outlaw Racing. I mean, come on. Just wrong. Oh, he's got a huge SpongeBob on the front. And no, the back window. Oh, it's horrendous. It's awful. It's terrible. It just doesn't get any worse. It does not get any worse. It's, oh my gosh, I can't look at it. Oh, there you go. Danny, 84, in a lovely green, British Racing green car. Very tasteful. I'm going to put you on the big screen. Let me just go back. I didn't realise that you were on that one. There you go. That's number one Pops' car. Look, a monstrosity on the bonnet. A monstrosity on the side. Absolute hell on earth in the back window. Oh my God, look at his helmet. No, he's gone completely bonkers as number one Pops. He's completely lost the plot. Have you seen? Oh, his helmet. No, the eyes. Oh, they follow you around the room. They burn into your soul. Oh, my crikey. Oh my gosh, look at it. These guys, they've gone crazy, I tell you. And then, of course, Wheels Racing in the British Racing green car. Tasteful, looking lovely, driving brilliantly. None of this craziness. Oh, crumbs, we got another one just behind. Danny's also in the green car, looking good. Rasterik is in the C13 car. That's I was going to say that's all right. What on earth's he got on the front of that? On the bonnet. Oh, dear. They've gone crazy. Ben Clock, although I'm going to get the name wrong, he's in the Bosch car. That's a really nice livery, actually. That is a nice livery. Somebody's done that really, really nicely. Very nicely indeed. That graphic on the side with all of the shading. Wow, how on earth have they got that? That is stunning. That is not a 15K graphic, I can tell you that for now. Hulky's gone. Oh, SpongeBob and sort of an off pinky colour there. It's like a fleshy colour. It's getting worse. Being chased by Greg White. He's in the pink Primera. You can have a Primera, a Nissan Primera livery on an Alfa. That is just, oh, that's just wrong. Number one Pops will move quickly on. Hulky, Danny. Who else have we got out? Paul. Oh, look, it's in the United Colours of Benetton car. That's a bit better. That's a little bit more tasteful. Trevor, Digital Motors, good evening. Hey, Mitch and everyone. Trevor here, long time no see. Welcome. Trevor's rebranding all of his stuff at the moment. We found out earlier on. Gamer Dan saying, real men do pink. Real men. Well, I did pink. I did I mean, Jack Kobe's in completely stealth mode. He's black. And there we go, Hulky and Gamer Dan just parking up there. Oh my word. Right, what I must do, because otherwise we're never going to get this one underway tonight. I'm just going to let everybody know that the qualifier is starting at 10 past, which is just 4 minutes away. Just 4 minutes, and we will be getting going. Oh my word. Who else have we got? I think we've been through most of the guys. I think Ben gets my 10 out of 10 for the livery. Now these pink ones, I can't put them in the top 10. I'm sorry. They're Sub-Zero. Although, hang on, Sub-Zero would mean they're cool, wouldn't it? Does Sub-Zero still mean they're cool? Oh, don't go there, Mitchell. Don't go there. You're opening a can of worms. You're opening a can of worms, my friend. United Colours of Benetton's done well too. It's a nice car. I think it was Jack Kobe was in one the other day, one of these, and it had the most funniest looking face on the front of it that you've ever seen in your life. It really did look really completely weird. But anyway, so we're in for some really great racing. So Nürburgring Sprint, Sardegna Road Track, they're all in the pits at the moment. Then Trail Mountain and Dragon Trail, and like I said, I'll throw it open to whether we do a smashy bashy or whether we do a Nordschleifer, or depending on how it goes, dare we consider that we might be able to get both done tonight. I'm not sure. And tomorrow I have made a decision. We're ditching the GR4, 3, 2 and 1 idea tomorrow. I'm going to get back into the randomizer and GR racing next week. A lot of people have said to me how much they have enjoyed these road cars this week, and the challenge, and also the fact that we've been in the same car all night. A lot of people have struggled with it on race 1. They've got used to it race 2, and race 3 and race 4 they've been thoroughly enjoying it. So I am going to be sticking with the road cars tomorrow, and we're going to go into a complete handful. We're really going to be pushing people out of their comfort zone for the very last stream of the week, and they're going to be in the Viper, the Dodge Viper. Gruntmobile. It's quick, and it can kill you, and it can kill you hard. So those are going to be the cars that we will be in tomorrow. Watch the Discord for the details, and I'll be popping them up tomorrow. And as I've been doing all this week, I will be putting a call out to AI to say, can you give me 4 good tracks for that car based on the parameters that we run? And then I am also putting in the Discord what the AI has said, as in why it's picked those tracks, and also at the bottom, as with this one, some tips about driving the car as well, because some people are finding it difficult to transition from the group cars to the road cars. And obviously, just watching the time for the moment, we've got just under a minute to go. And yeah, Farronell, good evening. Jack Kobe says, agreed, doing one car a night is good. Yeah, I just thought it would give people, push them out their comfort zone a little bit. And people have to start to learn to, you know, brake in a straight line, get it turned in, use higher gears, and really not, in my mind, abuse the cars quite like we do with the GR cars, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And we've seen some phenomenal racing this week. Some of the skills and the finesse and the just some of the racing has been incredible. To watch them four-wheel sliding through corners and handling the rise and the fall over the corners and stuff. I almost kicked Jack Kobe out there. Right, we got Greg White, Gamer Dan, Wheels Racing, Danny84, Hulky, Rasta Rick, Ben Clock, Paul Emmers, Outlaw, Jack Kobe in just a moment. As soon as Jack jumps into his car, I am going to get the qualifying underway. Okay, we're going without Jack Kobe for this one. So Jack is giving you all an opportunity to be on the top step of the podium for this one. Or is Jack Kobe going to jump in and watch some of you racing? Ooh, are you going to have Jack Kobe looking over your shoulder and picking holes in what you're doing. Oh, the extra pressure. The pressure, I tell you, it's amounting. The pressure is amounting tonight. Mind you, the pressure's been mounting all week with some of these guys because the racing has been so tight all the way through the field. Individual battles and battles with 3, 4, even 5 people. We saw it last night around the Red Bull Ring. I was watching the top 3 on stream for the actual live race, and then at the very end of the stream I ran the replay and watched the most amazing midfield battle that was going on, and it was phenomenal to watch. It was absolutely brilliant to watch, and it was a real delight. I mean, those guys just, it wasn't just entertainment, it was absolute pure perfection, and loved every minute of it. In fact, I've loved every single stream this week. I've been gutted that I have not been racing this week, really disappointed, but one of the things that what I'm going through at the moment is doing is it's meaning that I cannot race, but it is making me really appreciate the different skills of all of the different people throughout this one. I mean, Will's only joined us a short while ago. Oh boy, he has stamped his authority on this one, going very, very well. Once the consistency comes, this guy is going to be right up there challenging at the front. We've just seen, you know, 1 or 2 little errors this week and last week, but then we've seen him up on the podium and setting fastest laps and going really, really well. So how is he going to do in the Alfa Giulia this evening? We will see. Dan's always been there or thereabout in this one this week. He's really nailed it in the road cars. Ben Clock, first time I think in this week, maybe. Might have been into 1 or 2 others, but Ben's not featured too much. I think he's an A+ ranked racer, so will be very interesting to see how he goes. A lot of, obviously, the ranking can go out the window a little bit this week, purely because you know, a lot of the ranking is done in GR cars and we're in road cars. Hulky has been on it in the GR3s in recent times, and he has been going really, really well in these road cars as well, and he's got his championship win, I think last week before, can't remember when it was, with TCSRL. So, you know, he is going to be riding the wave of confidence at the moment, I hope. And he's got Greg White tight behind him. Greg has been working with Hulky for quite a while to help Hulky to get better and better and better. And well, when I get back racing, I'm going to be having to chase Hulky because Hulky is really on it lately. Greg White, as I said, Greg really, really free with his time. He spends a lot of time mentoring and encouraging and helping some of the mid and lower ranked racers, those that sort of mid and towards the back of the grid. I hate saying slow because they're not slow. We have some very, very, very quick people up front, and yeah, Greg is brilliant mentor. I spend way too many hours looking at the back end of his car from time to time. Danny's over from TCSRL joining us tonight, so welcome. We got a few of the TCSRL guys that are joining us at the moment, so will be interesting to see how they go. Very different racing because we've just got 6 lap sprints, whereas they are normally used to sort of half-hour or even longer races with tyre wear, fuel, caution, strategy, a whole lot mixed in, and of course they're racing for points tonight. They are just racing for fun to enjoy the cars, and loving having Danny with us. Rasterik, one of our new racing drivers, new to PSR, settling in really well. He had a bit of a mare yesterday with the M2 to start off with, but again settled in towards the end and had some good races. Mid-pack fighting with a good old group, hoping that he's going to settle into this car nicely tonight and have some equally good runs. Paul Emma's another of our new racers. He's been settling in nicely, and it's good to see some of these guys that were jumping out of the way of the likes of Gamer Dan, Kobe, and and Greg when they're coming through from the back of the field and they start to jump out the way. And I've said to one or two of these guys, don't jump out the way. You know, they want to fight their way through, and quite a few of these guys are now doing that, which is really good. Number one Pops over from the Outlaws. Well, enough said about number one Pops and that livery. I mean, crikey, O'Reilly. Let's hope number one Pops doesn't feature too much tonight and I have to spend too much time looking at that livery. I, of course, jest, I joke. I'm loving it, the people that have put these pink liveries on just to wind me up this week. It's appealed to my warped sense of humour, and some of them have done a really, really great job, and that is another really nice livery from number one Pops there. Gamer Dan also, topless gang. He's in the Spongebob SquarePants car too. SpongeBob on the front, SpongeBob on the back, and the other little SpongeBob characters splattered all over his car. Loving the way these guys are really getting into this this week. It's not all about the racing. Sometimes it's just about having fun, and these guys having fun with their liveries. So we've got Gamer Dan, Greg White, Danny, we've seen Wills, we've seen Ben, number one, Hulky, Rasta Rick, Paul Emmers. Yeah, thoroughly enjoying watching these guys racing this week, and I'm hoping that we're going to see some fine racing this evening. The Alfa Giulia, a really beautiful car to drive. It's really nicely balanced. I believe Ollie is actually looking, he wants one of these for real. So the M2 we had last night was my car that I would really love to own in real life, and I believe that Ollie, this is the car that he likes. Ollie not in at the moment. I'm not. Is he in? I don't think he's in. No, he's not in at the minute. So hopefully he will be able to join us a little bit later. But it is going to be Gamer Dan and Greg White that are going to be leading us away. They're in the 132s. And then we got Wills Racing and Danny on row 2. Ben Clock and number one Pops on 5th and 6th. Rasta Rick and Hulky 7th and 8th. And Paul on the back in 9th. But like I said, very often with this, it is not all about winning. I know I call out the top 3, but very often, as we saw last night, a lot of the races, I enjoy the midfield battles as much as I enjoy the guys out front. And the other thing that I absolutely adore is watching people getting better and better and better. And yeah, it was great last night. I loved it very much. Oh, I've got me zoom in back. I've got me zoomy. We can zoom in. I can send you all dizzy with me zoomies. We're not going to do that for the moment. It is Dan that is going to be leading us away with Greg White at the Nürburgring sprint track. Is the sprint track going to catch anybody out? First of all, they have got to negotiate this really tricky first corner and then into the equally tricky left-hander. And we've got Gamer Dan and Greg White just going side by side through the first corner. Don't know who he's going to come out for in front. I think it is going to be Dan that will be taking the lead. God, look at the front of that car drop under braking. You're going to see some of the guys are going to be sliding this one around a little bit just whilst they are getting used to it. They could have been practicing during the day. Who knows? But a lot of people don't have time to practice. They just jump into these and go for it. And at the moment, it is Gamer Dan and Greg White out front. Wheels has got Ben Clock right on his back bumper, and Rasta Rick is in the mix on this one, as well as Hulky. Can Ben do anything to get on the back of Wheels Racing? There is a bit of a gap at the moment. Wheels is 1.1 behind Greg White and 0.6 ahead of Ben, and it looks like Rasta Rick is a similar distance back. But they're all very tight together at the moment as they go through the chicane, and then they will round the right-hander at the top of the track to start lap number 2 of 6. So a relatively quick sprint just to warm everybody up. One or two of them. Whoa, we got a spinner at the back there. Who is that going round? That's Danny. Oh, our visitor from TCSL just dropping it. I did wonder whether that may well happen occasionally just in this first race, with some of them finding where the limit of the car is. It's very difficult just to jump in a car and just put it on the limit. Some people can do it, some people can't. I tell you now, if it was me, I would be at the back with Danny. I would not be able to nail this one out of the blocks. But I tell you what, most of these guys going well. I don't know why I'm sitting with number one Pops. Well, I know why I am, because he's having a battle with Paul here that is really cool. They're side by side, he's alongside. But we got that bright pink car. Oh, go on, Paul. Get your foot in. Go on, Pops, round the outside. Oh, he can't quite get it done. Paul is going to get that one, but number one Pops looking up the right-hand side, trying to make a look around the outside there. Not quite able to make that one work. These two, they might be towards the back, but they're really going for it. Number one Pops trying to get it up the inside. That's a beautiful move. He can't quite pull it off, though. Just had to back out of that one slightly. But number one Pops is showing his hand here. He's showing Paul that he's there and he's ready to pounce given any slight mistake. Tyres, fuel, none of that is going to come into it in these races this evening. They're all sprint races. As we get into the final corner, number one Pops could get a great exit out of this one. Paul keeping it nice and tidy. Number one Pops just getting the back of the car out sideways there. I thought maybe he was getting a bit of a power slide to get the rotation and then get the drag down the long straight. They're nearing the end of that, and Paul is going to dive on the brakes. Number one is going to dive on the brakes too and just tuck in behind. Paul just taking the inside of the corner there, just letting number one Pops know that there is no way through there right now. At the moment up front it is Gamer Dan. He's 1.3 ahead of Greg White, who is 2 ahead of Wheels Racing, and Wheels is 1.4 ahead of Ben Clock, and then 1.2 back to Rasta Rick, and then a second back to Hulky, and 1.7 back to Paul Emmers. Paul Emmers with number one Pops all over his back bumper, and then Danny just recovering at the moment. He's 8 seconds back, so everybody's a little bit spaced out in this one. It's a fairly straightforward race, with the exception of number one Pops and Paul. Number one Pops is trying everything to get that pink blancmange past the beautiful United Colours of Benetton car, and just not quite managing to do it. Maybe number one Pops, I don't know, putting Spongebob SquarePants on your car. I mean, come on. That's a recipe for disaster, isn't it? Come on, Paul. Keep him behind. You need to keep Spongebob in his place, my friend. Oh, no. Ooh, number one Pops, I thought was going to get a look up the inside there. Oh, Paul's gone a bit wide and he's lost in the back end mid-corner there. Number one Pops is going to get a run up the inside. Come on, Paul. You can't let Spongebob win. Oh, no. Number one Pops moves over. Paul's gone for the inside. He's going to go for the late break in here. Can he close up? No, he can't. Number one Pops closes up ever so slightly on Hulky and goes a little bit deep, actually. Paul taking the tide to line. Can he get the undercut through here? I don't think he's going to. Outlaw number one Pops has got that nicely covered off, but I tell you what, Paul's going for it. He was looking for a way up the inside there. It came a little bit too late and he had to back out of that one as number one Pops buries the brake pedal into that corner to get it slowed down, and the car goes sideways. But Paul is not giving up. Paul is not giving up here. He wants that place. This is for 7th and 8th, and they are absolutely going for it, these two. I think whilst these two are actually battling, they're not actually catching Hulky. Hulky's now pushed it out to 1.1. I thought that they were catching Hulky for a moment, but Hulky looks okay. He's 1.1 out front, and he's 1.5 behind Rasta Rick, who is right on the back of Ben. So there's another little battle forming here. Oh, Rasta Rick having to bail on that one. That car was very, very much out of straight down the straight. Out of shape down the straight. Come on, get your words out, Mitchell. So Rasta Rick very out of shape going down the straight there, rather unusually. So I'm wondering whether he was going to have a go. Oh, Rasta Rick is he's jumping on that loud pedal, and that car is not liking it at all. The back end of that car getting very, very twitchy when the loud pedal is stamped on. Out front it is Gamer Dan. He's just under a second ahead of Greg White, so Greg is trying to reel in Gamer Dan at the moment. Wheels Racing is 2.8 behind. He's in a bit of air on his own. He's 5 seconds ahead of Ben Clock, so Wheels looking good for a podium here. He just needs to keep it in a straight line, or maybe he can close up. Whoa, Rasta Rick, where are you going, my friend? You going on holiday somewhere? Oh, big old slide. He's managed to gather that up nicely and retain 5th place, but that has put Hulky and Outlaw right, number one Pops right on his back bumper, and Hulky just sliding it up the inside. Number one Pop says, thank you very much. I'm going to follow you through. And he can't quite get that done. Rasterik keeping his foot in. Can he keep up the inside? Number one Pop's having to go around the outside. Rasterik giving him room. A little bit of a paint swap on the way through there, possibly. Couldn't really tell from the camera angle. It was tight, but it's all very respectful. And it is going to be Hulky, number one Pops and Rasterik, 5th, 6th and 7th. But this is a monster battle that is going on between these three. We're on lap number 5 of 6. I'm just watching out front because we've got a couple of cars that are closing up at the front. But this is a brilliant little battle behind as Rasterik closes up. And I tell you what, Paul has made this a 4-car battle here. Hulky trying to get up the inside of Rasterik. Not sure he could get that done. He can't. He tucks in behind and Paul is right on the back of this one. We've got a 4-car battle here. Just up front, we've got Gamer Dan is 3.8 ahead of Greg White. Wheels Racing has closed up on Greg massively. There's just half a second behind between those guys. And Ben just a little bit further back. But the real battle on track here is number one Pops, Rasterik, Hulky and Paul Emmers. Really, really, really going well. Danny's now 30 seconds off the back of this. Unfortunately, he's had a bit of a mare in this car, but he's still going, and respect to Danny. I do really, really, really respect those guys that have a little bit of a mare, but they keep going, that they don't rage quit. I absolutely adore that. I really do. And I tell you what, this is absolutely brilliant here at the moment. These guys are a little bit further back from Ben. Ben is 2.5 seconds down the road, but number one Pops is 1 second ahead of Rasta, who's 1 ahead of Hulky, who is 0.6 ahead of Paul. Oh no, we've got somebody going round. Who's that number 1? I told you not to go with Spongebob. I told you. It was a bad idea. He's binned it. Oh, binned it badly on that corner. Spongebob losing the skill. I tell you what, number one Pops, you should not be listening to Spongebob. Do not take him as a co-driver because he really doesn't have a clue. He feeds you bad information. You won't be listened. Out front is Gamer Dan, Greg White and Wheels Racing that have come across the line together while we were talking. Ben clocking 4th. He's just going to come across the line just ahead of Rasterik, 4 seconds behind. And then we have got this battle. Paul Emmers does get across in front of Hulky. That was really close. Number one Pops is going to come across in 8th after that huge moment on the curb that put him off the back of the guys in front. And then kudos, respect and admiration to Danny84, who's just going to come around this final corner. He no doubt will have found the balance of that car. He'll know where it bites. My advice, brake early, get it turned in and use the higher gears. Sometimes when you drop down to second, it can really bring that back end round. So we saw some thrills and spills in that one. I didn't quite jump on board with the leaders for the end there, which I apologise for, because there was a monstrous battle going behind. A beautiful battle. And I loved that one very much. Again, a nice short opener for our first race of the night. And Sardegna Road Track B is not an overly big track too. So, and again, very twisty and turny, that one. There are overtaking opportunities, but there is also a lot of technical nature to it. Your result there, Gamer Dan was your winner with a 1:32.251. Greg White in second with the fastest lap, a 1:32.221. So just 3/100ths of a second between those two guys. Wheels Racing in third with a 1:32.697. And then we have Ben Clock in 4th, Rasterik in 5th, Paul Emmers in 6th, just ahead of Hulky, who was in 7th. And then number one Pops with that huge error that took him out of contention there in 8th. And Danny in 9th for that one. Gamer Dan, Greg White and Wheels Racing, your 1, 2, 3. Right, we are going to be heading off to Sardegna. And we are at B. We're going normal way round as well. We're not doing the reverse. I often go for the reverse on this one. But we're not doing that today. We are going for the normal way round. And it's another relatively short circuit. But there are opportunities. There are opportunities around this one. So we'll see how we go. A lovely little warm-up race there. Really, really good. We've got the room is held at the moment. I can see that. Oh, no, there we go. It just flicks over. That's good. Wow. Some fabulous, fabulous racing again. That one did tend to, they tended to get biggish gaps in that one. It wasn't quite as close as one would have hoped. Whether that will change in future races, I'm not quite sure. I know that the Nürburgring is one of those tracks where it tends to do that. You do tend to get sort of biggish gaps forming for some reason on that one. Around this one, tend not to so much. You've got the really tight section, and then you've got that beautiful long straight down into turn one, where if you're really, really brave, you can get a move done up the inside. But if you get it wrong, you are heading towards the gravel at a great rate of knots. And yeah, I'm really, 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 really looking forward to this one. I think it could be really, really good. We will have to see how it goes, but I am suspecting this one's going to be really good. Let me just turn off my laptop. I've got a lot of people contacting me in Discord at the moment, and unfortunately I'll be getting back to Discord later rather than right now, because I want to concentrate on the action on screen and streaming. So I tend to, when I'm streaming, guys, just so that you know, I don't look at PSN at all. In fact, I look at PSN less and less and less and less and less at the moment, doing more and more and more in Discord away from the stream. And then when I'm on the stream, I tend to spend most of my time just working with the YouTube chat. Pork Pie, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you? I hope you're well. Rasterik is first on the track at the moment, so he will be the first one who will come round and set us a lap time. He's got another half a lap to go for the moment. We can just see he's going to come round the right-hander here. And then we go just slightly up the hill, and then we got the right-hander and down the hill. You want to be very, very careful. There's a lot of gravel just around the edge of the track here that can catch you out. We then go further down the hill, and you can be really brave through these sort of couple of very long left-hand corners, but then you need to bury the brake pedal at the opportune moment. You can see the front of that car there really gripping into the tarmac as those brake discs say, come on, slow down, and the full weight of the car jumps onto the front axle. And another braking point here, and there's a dip there. It's almost like the bomb hole at Snetterton, where the car will really dig in, and if you're not careful, it can upset the balance of the car. But if you can get it right, you can get the car embedded down, and you just come out of the top of that and really go rather nicely. And then it's all about that little section at the top to get down onto the long straight that we're watching Rasterik on at the moment. Massive slipstream and overtaking opportunity, this one. Rasterik setting a 1:28.969. Paul Emmers doesn't have an answer for that. Neither does Greg or Danny. They're in the 1:30s and the 1:33s. So Rasterik, without the benefit of slipstream or anything, just out front, setting a really good time. But Jack Kobe comes in and he monsters it. A 1:26.3. Where on earth did that come from? Wow. That's amazing. That's 4 seconds ahead of Paul, who is in third place. 2.6 ahead of Rasterik in second. He's absolutely destroyed the competition. He's in the stealthy black car, so nobody's going to see him coming. But I tell you what, Gamer Dan is close behind. He's just 1.2 with a 1:27.5. And as we saw there, we've got Wills is chasing Jack Kobe. He's going to be watching. He's going to be learning. He's going to be trying to see any benefit, any advantage that he can to try and get onto that top row. He's going to be, I'm pretty sure he's going to be after podiums this evening now. He's had the taste of it. He's going to want podiums. He's going to want a first place. Oh, he's big white there. I think that lost him a few tenths of a second as he got into the gravel. Jack Kobe going for a full black car. I don't know what the significance of the number plate is. can't think of anything that isn't rude for VJP, but there we go. We'll move quickly on that one. Oh, he's got a half-second penalty, is Jack Kobe. Oh, my word. And as he goes across the line, I'm not sure that they are going to get another lap in. He bails on that anyway. So half-second there, but 1:26.3, it's still at the top of the timing charts at the moment, with Gamer Dan in second. Wheels Racing is still in third. We've got Rasta Rick fourth, Danny 84 in fifth. So has Danny got the measure of this car now? Oh, a lovely little move around the around Paul Emma's car there. Danny really got the poise of the car this time. So that's right off the last one. Oh, we're in practice, are we? Are we in practice mode? Have I messed up again? Have I messed up again? Let's start the qualifying. Oh my gosh. I was enjoying that too much. I was enjoying that too much. Oh, Drag Fury says, Ollie, your car is breakdancing. Oh, is that me? Ollie, good evening. Right, we're behind now. We are behind because when was I supposed to start? I was enjoying that so much. 35. Oh, I'm only 2 minutes behind. Only 2 minutes, he says. Oh, okay, well, now we've got to redo all of that. That will explain why Jack Kobe was setting a time. But now we know what the guys need to do. We know what they're chasing now. Dan, thank you for having my back and letting me know that I was in the practice mode. Oh, I get carried away sometimes. Just love watching these guys racing. Right now, it all happens. Now they need to nail it. Danny 84 was going really well. But now we're going to see the real times, the real lap times. Oh, Gamer Dan with big power slides there. That car back end getting out big time through there. We're just gathering that up. We've got Jack Kobe is staying in the pits for the moment. Greg White is out on track. Hulky's out on track, as is Danny 84. He's chasing down Hulky at the moment. We are in the qualifier, but sometimes it helps to follow one of the quick guys. So Hulky's no slow coach. He could be a good one to follow, but I'm saying that, and Hulky just got a big sideways moment through there. The back end of the car wriggling around all over the shop there, and Danny will have seen that. So yeah, Danny, be careful. Whatever you do, if you're following a car, do not follow the car and copy the mistake. You want to make sure that you continue to drive the track. But looks like Hulky is going to be taking the he's on the lead lap. Jack Kobe in the pits at the moment. Hulky in front of that car, submarining. Unusual line through there from Hulky, keeping that super duper tight. Unusual line through there. Danny using all of the track. Some beautiful lines from Danny. Looking up those apexes beautifully. He's in a Spongebob SquarePants sandwich. Just enjoying watching Danny's lines here, and the balance of the car as it dives into the tarmac when the brakes are applied, and then it's going through the corners. Oh, Hulky again with another humongous great slide there. Oh, Danny, I think, got a little bit compromised on that one. Number one Pops has gone through. So these three not really making space for themselves, and I think that Hulky made a little bit of a mistake there, compromised himself and Danny. I'm not sure if Gamer Dan was compromised as well through there. But that is, you know, these are the risks you take. You know, do you run behind somebody and hope that they will get you a better lap time, or do you risk them making a mistake and then you copy, or they're making a mistake and you've got nowhere to go because you're committed to following them through a corner? At the moment, it is Gamer Dan with a 1:26.863. Jack Kobe showing P1 at the moment, and he's in the pits. But it's Gamer Dan. 1:26.8 is the time to beat at the moment Rasterik is in third with a 128.3. Paul Emmers with a 128.5. Drat Fury with a 128.9. Then Hulky with a 129.0. Number one Pops just punching in a 128.3 there. That's a nice one. Greg White going top of the tree with a 126.327. He's going to take the fastest lap time at the moment. He's still not quite sure if he's in a Nissan Primera or whether he's in an Alfa Romeo Giulia. He's just popped into the pits to have a chat with his teammates, I think, to work out what car he's in. But it doesn't matter what car he's in. He's certainly knowing how to get the best out of it around here. And at the moment, a 126.3 is the time to beat. Gamer Dan half a second off at the moment. Oh, Rasterik really going for in the background there. Massive slide across the curb, just picking up a little bit of the grass there. Really giving everything he was just there. We watched the Spongebob SquarePants abomination coming across the line. Gamer Dan still half a second behind. Ollie, the guy that actually wants one of these in a lovely livery. Look at that. Well, it's not a livery. Oh my gosh, don't. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my goodness gracious me. I was about to say, beautiful paint job. Lovely red with the black roof. Really tasteful. He wants one of these for real. Well, I tell you what, I hope to goodness he doesn't drive it like that. That was, yeah, okay. Number one, can you do me a favour? When you go past, can you just chuck your L plates on Ollie? Because I seriously think he needs some L plates on that car, given that one. Oh my word, we jumped on his car just at the right time. Oh crumbs. It looks like Wheels Racing might need the other L plate, mate. His looks a bit beat up too. Oh, he's been into the barriers hard. These guys are pushing though, aren't they? Greg White, a 127.3 is what they're chasing. Number one Pops with a 126.8. He's only half a second behind. So the Spongebob is obviously, he's woken up a little bit and he's trying to help number one Pops now. So that helmet, oh my gosh. Number one Pops really getting into the spirit of these races and these liveries this week. It's this week. I just love it. You've got to love it. Ollie says, oops, send it too hard. You definitely did. Greg White, good evening all. Hi Borky, good evening. Good evening, my friend. I hope you're feeling a little bit better today. I have got your voice message. I just haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. Hope all is well and I hope that you're on the mend and we'll get you back racing next week. I'm hoping to be doing some racing next week. I'm going to start off with a few of the World Circuit race videos that I need to do because they are easy on my back. And then hopefully we'll be going, oh, that's a nice looking car. Who are we on board with? Drat Fury. Black on the back and red on the front. But the it's not a fade. It's like big lines down the side. Super sprint car. Looking really nice. So I didn't go through the people we've got in this one. We've got Greg White and Wheels Racing are going to be leading us away on the front of the grid. Row number 2 is going to be Gamer Dan and number one Pops. So we got the two bright pink cars on the second row and the pink Primera car on pole. Rasterik and Ollie are going to be on row number 3. Paul Emmers and Hulky row number 4. Drat Fury has joined us with Gamer Dan on row number 5. Ben Clock and Jack Kobe on row number 6. Galacticor didn't quite make that one. Let's get this one underway. No worries about tyres and things at the moment. I'm going to press on because I did go a little bit long on the practice and we will see how these guys go. Hulky's just saying in the chat there, evening all. Borky, hope you recover well. We all wish him well. In fact, I wish everybody well that are going through difficult times and illnesses at the moment. There is so much going on, not just with the racers, but their families as well. It seems that just about everybody has got something going on in 2026. I don't know what it is, whether there's something in the water, in the food, in the air, or just, I don't know. It's just crazy right now. It really is. But here we go. Right. Can Ollie bring that car home in one piece rather than bending it like Beckham in this one. We certainly do not want to be doing that. Gamer down, flashing his lights at Greg. He's saying, come on, we want to get this done. I want to get up the inside of Wheels Racing. Wheels holding it around the outside. He's alongside. Dan's going to have to leave some room, but then Gamer Dan's going to have the inside line through this corner. Wheels is all over the edge of the track. Oh, he's on the grass there. How on earth did Wheels not drop that then? He's trying his best to stay with these guys and get in amongst the top three. This is crazy. Wow, this is amazing with these guys up the front. So close. They're all still together. Oh, Wheels is on the gravel. Gamer Dan is sideways, really waggling his back end at Greg there, and Greg goes through. So we've got the identity complexy, whatever, the identity complex guy is out front at the moment. Boy, oh boy, look at this behind. Rasterik finds himself in third now. Rasterik's really getting the grips with this one, and Gamer Dan in fourth with Ollie in fifth at the moment. Got more gravel being thrown up from the cars up front. Rasterik with a wheel in the dirt as well. Oh, I think Rasta got that one a little bit wrong through there. That's going to compromise him through this corner. There's a little touch of the brake lights as well, I think. That is the worst time to do that. And then we've got Gamer Dan, Jack Kobe. They're all together. Who have we got in there? Gamer Dan, Jack Kobe, Rasterik. Ollie's in there too. Heavily braking zone into the front court, into the end, the first corner. Crazy, guys. How on earth are you doing this? We've got Gamer Dan, Outlaw and Kobe are all together. Jack Kobe's got mega damage on his stealth mobile. It's no longer black. He's got grey bits on the front wing there where he's nudged somebody. Rasterik just having a little look up the inside of Ben Clock there, I think. Was that? Or was that Ben having a look? Oh, Ben closing up massively on Rasterik. Can't quite get that done. Wow, this racing is stupendous. It's amazing, it's brilliant, it's wonderful. Oh, Ben Clock hard into the wall. Oh no, we had a fantastic little battle brewing there, and he just ran out of talent and chucked it off the road and into the wall. Oh, smashed the car to oblivion there. He is still running, but boy, that was a hard hit into the wall right there. Greg White and Gamer Dan side by side as they come around the top of the circuit. They're then going to go through the left, right to get down onto the main straight, and it is Gamer Dan, Greg White and number one Popstar nose to tail. Jack Kobe just off the back of this with Ollie, Rasterik and Paul Emmers. Ben Clock in 8th at the moment, but it is the front three tight together as they go hurtling down towards the first corner. They're going to be looking for the brake markers. They're going to hit the brakes, and you can see those cars absolutely diving into the tarmac. The front splitters almost hitting the ground there as number one Pops and Greg, I think, were both getting into each other. Too many pink cars here. Gamer Dan running away with this one now, 1.3, 1.4, whilst we've got Greg White and number one Pops are fighting. Jack Kobe can't find a way past at the moment, and Ollie is saying, come on Jack, we've got to get this done. He goes for a move up the inside as Ollie. He's kept it nice and tight. I think he's going to be on the... No, he's got it done actually. Ollie has just overtaken Jack Kobe. He now needs to defend and hold that place as Jack Kobe uses all of the track and a little bit more to get up the inside. Number one Pops is now saying, come on Greg, we've got to get a move on. I've got two really fast racers all over my back bumper. I can't afford to sandbag. We've got to get going. Move, he says. He is moving. Greg White is doing the best he can, but he's got Outlaw number one Pops, Ollie and Kobe all over the back of him. This is a great little four-way battle here. Rasterik is not a million miles away, just 1.3 off the back of Jack Kobe, 2.5 ahead of Paul. Paul is 2.5 ahead of Drac Fury, who is 1 ahead of Ben Clock, and Danny 84 in 10th at the moment. Wheels Racing down in 11th, so we've had a little bit of an incident, unfortunately, for Wheels. And Holkey, he's got a half-second penalty, just serving that off the back in 12th. But it is this little battle that we are going to be watching that we resume with. It is Greg White, number one Pops, Ollie and Jack Kobe. We are back on board with some of the quick racers, but these are the close ones. This is where it's really happening. And look at that. Oh my word, that is an image and a half. all 4 cars, I think there were at least 3 of them diagonally across the track. Wow, what an image. What an image. Ollie and Jack Kobe still going for it at the back. Ollie with the inside into this corner, but Jack Kobe's going to have the inside line into this one, so Ollie's going to have to go around the outside, keep it out of the gravel. Number 1 Pops puts a wheel in the gravel, and Jack Kobe has to swing it hard across the track and nearly taking Ollie out there, so as he didn't get into number 1 Pops. Then we go 3 together into that one. Unfortunately, number 1 Pops, I think he felt he got infringed there. He was in the inside. The 2 in front had nowhere to go. 3 into 1. He's never going to go through that corner. And unfortunately, number 1 Pops losing out there, but he's right on the back of Jack Kobe. Ollie in second at the moment and running away a little bit. Number 1 Pops wants that place back. Come on, GT drivetrain radio blaring out at the moment, and he's going to make a move down into the first corner. He's alongside Jack Kobe. He's got a beautiful run, hard on the brakes. Jack Kobe's going to lead the brake in as late as he can. Number 1 Pops taking the more defensive line. Can he keep that? He can. Can Jack Kobe get a faster exit? Jack Kobe trying to get up the inside through here. He can't quite get that done. Number 1 Pops just closing the door. Didn't slam it on Jack Kobe like he could have done. It was just gently closed to say, I'm sorry, mate, you're not coming through here today. But Jack Kobe's like, oh, we're going to have a look around the outside. 4-wheel drifting through these corners. Jack Kobe to get on the power as soon as he can. Number 1 Pops with a big slide there under power, putting a wheel into the gravel. I think that might have just cost him. Jack Kobe goes through. Number 1 Pops has got all the work to do again. Coming down into the tight right-hander. Where are we? We're on lap number 5 of 6. We've got Gamer Dan out front, 3.3 ahead of Ollie. Ollie is 1.5 ahead of Jack Kobe, who's got number 1 Pops right behind him. Jack Kobe with a big slide through that corner. Boy, it looked like it. I'm not sure it was. It might have just been the camera angle. Number 1 Pops just falling back ever so slightly at the moment. He is 0.6, 0.7 behind. He's now got Rasta Rick chasing him down, who's also 0.7 behind. Number 1, it's all to play for. Paul Emmers 3 seconds back and kicking the dirt up in the camera there. Thank you very much, my friend. I think I need a new lens on my camera. Greg White unusually finding himself down in 7th place behind Paul Emmers, 1.3 behind. Drat Fury is 1 behind, and then we got Danny 84 and Wills at the back at the moment. Just on board with Drat Fury. He's got beautiful colour on this livery. His car looking in mint condition. Looks like he's been staying out the wars. Oh, it's a little bit of a scuff on the offside front of his car, but he's going well. He's kicking up the dirt as well, pushing hard, trying to get on the back of Greg White. Not quite managing to do it at the moment. Greg is 1.2 ahead. We will jump up front as we come into the closing stages, the last few corners. We got the tight right-hander, Gamer down 3.3 out front, but he has got a half-second penalty. Ollie 3.5 back. He's got number 1 Pops a couple of seconds behind, but number 1 Pops has got Jack Kobe right behind him. Number 1 Pops going really, really well, holding Jack Kobe behind. However, can the Outlaw Racer keep Jack Kobe behind until the very end? Can he keep that podium spot? As we come round to start the long straight with the leaders, it is going to be Gamer Dan that is going to come across the line. He's flashing his lights. You can see them heading down. You can see number 1 Pops. You can see that Jack Kobe's all over the gravel and the grass in the background. It's Gamer Dan, Ollie. Then number 1 Pops is going to get third. He's pleased as punch, waggling all over the place. Rasterit with a 5-4. Jack Kobe with an incident through that last bit in 5th. Greg White in 6th. Drat Fury in 7th, right on his tail. Paul Emmers is going to come across in 8th. And then just a little bit further back, we got Ben Clock just ahead of Wheels Racing in 9th and 10th, respectively. Danny 84 in 11th, and then Hulky's going to come across the line in 12th. Wow, number 1 Pop says, I beat Jack. Woohoo! Oh, I bet you're whooping. I bet he's got a smile on his face the size of a Cheshire cat. Or at least he's got a smile on his face the same to equal SpongeBob SquarePants. Whoa. Let's just get this one saved away. Incidentally, guys, loving the pink liveries this week. I am loving the pink liveries. I've joined the bandwagon. If you can't beat them, join them is what they say. So the thumbnail for this one I gave in. We went with a pink livery with SpongeBob in the back. I hope you're enjoying. I hope that you are enjoying the the thumbnail. Oh, Greg's saying I did get punted off. No, I hope whoever punted you waited, Greg. If not, there could be a steward's inquiry inbound. Ooh, who punted you off, mate? Did they wait? I want to know. Did they wait? Did they wait? If not, no waiting from Greg. Oh, who punted Greg White off and didn't wait? I hope you're going to put that as a steward's inquiry, my friend, because people should wait. People should wait if they haven't. If you do punt somebody off and destroy their race, you are supposed to wait. If you don't, the infringed individual will throw out, or should throw out, a steward's inquiry. You will get a warning, and then you will be on to potential bans. The replay should be shared. Did I share it? Let me just double check. Yeah, it should have been saved and shared. It will be out there. Gamer Dan in first with a 125.956. Ollie in second with a 126.276. Gamer Dan with the fastest lap, by the way. Number one Pops in third with a 127.090. Rasta Rick in fourth. Jack Kobe fifth. Greg White in sixth with the big question mark over that one. Drat Fury seventh. Paul Emmers in eighth. Ben Clock in 9th, Wheels Racing 10th, Danny 84 in 11th, and Hulky in 12th. Your top three for that one, not that it matters, Gamer Dan, Ollie, and number one Pops, but we did see some phenomenal racing behind. Fortunately, soured a little bit with a punt and somebody not stopping. I'm disappointed to hear that. Very disappointed to hear that. We'll change event settings. I can't change them for the moment because there's somebody joining or whatever. Trial Mountain we are at. We will save the settings. Gamer Sand says, "Oi, not it matters. I work for that. Thank you." You were miles out in front. Miles out. I said, working for it. You made it look easy. You made that look easy, my friend. Congratulations, though. Really, really, really good. Really good. I hope I wasn't disrespectful in something I said there. Yeah, Gamer down a 125.956, the fastest lap. Some 3 seconds ahead of Ollie. Really, 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 really good. Really, really good. There's some screaming car. What on earth is that car? There's somebody is absolutely screaming down that long straight. See, what I do need to do is just let people know when we're going to be going. So going to get the qualifier for this one on the hour. Assuming I can get that out quick enough. So just under a minute and we will get going. We've got Jack Kobe, Greg White, Gamer Dan, Ollie, Wheels Racing, Danny 84, Drat Fury, Hulky, Rasterick, Ben Clock, number one Pops, Galacticor. Stiggy has joined us. He's not ticked in for the moment. I'm just going to ask him to please tick in because I want to get this going pretty quickly. Normally by the time I do that they have ticked in. It is time. Is Sticky joining us? Yeah, yes, he's just in. Oh, we got somebody else with an identity complex here. He's in a Mondeo livery in on the Alfa Giulia. Let's just get this one. We'll start the qualifying, and then we'll just have a little look at some of the liveries. Galacticor is in the yellow and blue car. Ben Clock in the Bosch, we've seen. Oh, we've lost Paul Emmers. We lost Paul for the moment. I do want to get through these. I need to finish at 11 o'clock tonight. I just need to keep the pressure in my head sorted, because I do want to try and race next week. And my back is a lot better now. I've lost a lot of the back pain. It's just a bit achy. It's not painful now. I've just got to get my head sorted out, and then hopefully I can come racing. I won't be doing every race, but if I could just do one and rest and one and rest, that will be a big step up from where we are. Thoroughly enjoying the commentary this week. I don't know if you're enjoying the commentary. I hope you are, but I'm thoroughly enjoying doing it. I'm thoroughly enjoying watching and admiring and just in awe of these guys. Sometimes some of the races that these guys are doing, it's absolutely incredible. So we've got Jack Kobe in the stealth black car. Wills is in the green. Greg White just overtaking there. He's in the Primera, the Nissan Primera car. A Gamer Dan is in the Spongebob square pants, the pink and yellow car. Hulky is in more of a sort of fleshy and yellow car, that one there. Rasterik is in the lime green and black car. Then we've got Ollie in the red with the black roof. Drat Fury in the red with black on the back. Danny 84 in the green car. Ben Clock in the beautiful, beautiful Bosch livery. Possibly my favourite livery of all of the cars. Whoever put that together, put it together absolutely beautifully. Number one Pops. It's a good livery, but it's SpongeBob SquarePants and it's pink. Stiggy. He's in the Mondeo. Oh, it's not a Mondeo. I apologise. It's not a Mondeo. It's a Mondea. A Nordia. A Nordia. It looked like a Mondeo one, so he hasn't got an inferiority complex, an identity complex either. Inferiority complex. Where did that come from? That was wrong. An identity complex. He does not have one. I thought that the livery was different. It's a nice livery actually. That one. It is nice. Big old number on the top of the roof. And then Galacticor. He's in the Power 2.5 GT drive time radio. So. He is sponsored by the Outlaws here, and he's got the Trevator Cup, which is one of the championships that they did put together. The Power 2.5. So he is clearly advertising the Outlaws there, which is absolutely fine, and hopefully he will be able to do well in this one. And we'll see how we are. Right, are we? We are in qualifying. Double checking myself now. Oh, Gwenster says he can see what happened now. I will leave Greg to do what he needs to do on that one, but I do hope that if anybody does bump somebody off, we all know the what should be done and the respect. And nobody's apologised in the chat either. I'm even looking now at the chat to see if there was an apology from anybody in there. You know, even after the fact, there's no apology. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that one. But there we go. Haven't had a steward's inquiry for the longest time. I do get people that contact me directly with direct messages overnight on incidents. The rules are quite clear. They are in the rule book, and all you need to do, if you are the infringed individual, you submit it. It will then be reviewed, and if everybody is in agreement, a penalty will be applied in the form of either a warning or a if people continue to rack up issues, then they will be one-night bans, and then we move to a more formal ban if people do not want to race within our rules. Obviously mistakes do happen, and that is why we have the YouTube chat open for people to apologise and say, I'm really sorry, I did this, I did that, I did the other. Sometimes there will be a little bit of education that comes back, but the whole point of respectful racing is to be able to race bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel, mirror to mirror, door to door, very, very, very closely. And if something does go wrong, as it will, it is motor racing after all, you just apologise to the individual. 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, the other individual will come back and say, not a problem, think about this in the future, or not a problem, we're all good. Everybody moves forward. It's when somebody doesn't apologise is when it becomes disrespectful, especially if you know that you've punted somebody off. And yeah, I'm banging on about it now because it means an awful lot to me. It's very hard to keep the respectful racing together in a community as big as ours is growing. We've got well over 70 registered racers now. Not everybody races with us all of the time, obviously. Some people come and go. But it is quite difficult to get a group of people on track together that can race absolutely nose to tail. And you do need that respectful nature, the discussion, the acknowledgement in the chat, otherwise the respect goes. So sort of in this what I'm saying at the moment, between the lines, I'm reaching out to whoever did that to just jump in the chat and say, Greg, I'm sorry. Gamer Dan, a 2 minutes .290, not quite able to get under the 2 minute mark. Greg White with a 2 minutes .793, so also fractionally off. And then Ollie with a 201. Ben Clock coming in with a 201 as well, just fractionally behind. Oh, and then Jack Kobe goes in with a 2 minute. He had to do it. A 1:59.076. The only one to break the 2 minute mark at the moment. I think that most of them will be coming across the line to finish. We just got the last two that are going to come across. Wheels has gone with a 202. And Stiggy's jumped in there with a 2 minutes .591 in third place. Whoa, whoa, we've got a gauntlet thrown down here, my friends. Gamer Dan says, I'm sorry. I'm declaring myself king of this car. Unseat me, Ollie. Well, I think that Jack Kobe could well do that. I think you've just put a big target on the back of your car, Gamer Dan. And Ollie says, spoken too soon, have we, Dan? With a big laugh. Oh, Dratfield asking if boost is on. No, it isn't. Gamer Dan says, Jack doesn't count. He ain't human. He counts. He counts. How can you write off Jack? That's not fair. That's not fair. Ollie says, but I'm all game for it, topless man. Gamer Dan coming back with special friend. Oh, they're special friends. Oh, isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? Right. Guys, if you do punt somebody off and destroy their race, you must give the place back. It is the right thing to do. It's the respectful thing to do. And if it's not going to happen, you won't find yourself in PSR for very much longer. Gamer Dan says, have you seen his legs? Proof he isn't human. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, Jack Kobe leading the way. He's pulling over to the side. He's going to let the pack through, and he's going to come through from the back. That is going to put Gamer Dan out front, Stiggy behind, and Ollie. Oh, the gauntlet has been thrown down. Wow, Gamer Dan over the top of that rise there. The car just moving left and right, left and right, left and right, beautifully. Loving it. Gamer Dan is really settled into these road cars this week. He's really got to the grips with this Alfa. I tell you what, Ollie, if you ever manage to buy one of these things, take it to a track, take Gamer Dan with you, and teach you how to race it hard. There you go. Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it? That would be cool. Ollie's right in there. He's not giving up. There's nothing between them. It's 0.2 between Dan and Stiggy and 0.2 between Stiggy and Ollie. So Ollie's just finding himself 0.4 off the back of Gamer Dan at the moment. So Gamer Dan, well, he said it in the chat. He threw it out there that he is the king of the car, regardless of what track and where he's at. He is going to have to absolutely go. He's put a super amount of pressure is what I'm trying to say. A super amount of pressure he's put on himself in this one. And I tell you what, Stiggy is racing this beautifully through there. The car just dancing through those curbs like it's poetry. He's right on the back of Gamer Dan. He's keeping Ollie behind. These three locked together. I have a funny feeling that Gamer Dan may well have his work cut out in this one. Ben Clock is in fourth at the moment. He's just 2.7 back, and then we've got Drat Fury and Wills locked in battle. Wills just was 0.1, now 0.5 behind Drat Fury as we go into the corners, and they've got Jack Kobe just 1 second behind. So Jack Kobe already up to 6 coming through from the back. Jack has got Greg 1.5 off the back, so again Greg is well out of place unless he dropped back. And then we've got Hulky and Knight, Outlaw number 1, Pops, Rasterik and Galacticor. All of these guys really close together once more. So we go through there, Hulky using all of the track and a little bit more. Oh, number 1 Pops practically off the springs there. Getting so much lightness or whatever I'm trying to say in the car as he went over that rise. Hulky just managing to hold the place at the moment, but you can see it is super tight with this little group. The front three getting away from these lot at the moment, but I'm just staying with this because look at them. This is incredible racing. Hulky, number 1, and Rasterik really together, but there's a little group of cars just in front of these as well. Galacticor just trying to get onto the back of this little group. I thought Greg was at the front of this, but it isn't. It is Jack Kobe that is leading this little group as he tries to get up the inside of Wills. He has got the inside. I think he's going to get that move done. Hard on the brakes, gets it turned in. Wills racing with a tighter line. Oh, Wills with a beautiful line through there, but he's going to be on the outside of Jack Kobe as we go through here. They're side by side. Wills is still keeping his foot in. Oh, this is amazing. Jack Kobe is he's got it for the line, but Wills racing right on the back of Kobe. Wills showing he's got some skills. Jack Kobe using all of the track and a little bit more, and Wills racing is staying with him. He's still there. He's still there. He's not letting Kobe get away. These guys are 5 seconds off the leaders at the moment. Jack Kobe with a little bit of a power slide on the exit there, and oh, I think we get a car into the wall at the back there. I think Ben Clock looking a little bit out of shape. Wills racing just dropping back to half a second at the moment as Jack Kobe storms away at the front of this little group. He's a little bit off the back at the moment, but he's absolutely going for it. Wonderful lines. The car rising and falling through those corners there. Absolutely beautifully through the tunnel. Hard on the brakes. Wills is still just on the back of Jack Kobe. Still only half a second between them. And Ben Clock is 1.2 back at the moment. But he has got Greg White all over him for company. And then Greg has got number 1 just a little bit behind. And then Jack Kobe. You can see just in the background there. Sorry, Drat Fury. Drat Fury's got Hulky all over the back of him and Rasterik. They're running together, these three. They've got a real old battle together. Rasterik with a beautiful 4-wheel slide through there. That is going to set him up beautifully on the back of Hulky. That 4-wheel slide absolutely done to perfection. He got the car rotated and on the power quickly, and immediately is on the back of Hulky. Hulky using Drat Fury's slipstream to try and stay ahead. Drat Fury picking up a half-second penalty, but look at that. Rasterik, he gets to the corner first. He gets that one done. The beautiful 4-wheel drift at the beginning of that corner, setting him up beautifully. But Hulky is fighting back. They're going to be side by side through here. They're going to have to be respectful. But I think Rasterik is potentially going to get that one at the end of this little complex. We go down the hill. He is just ahead. He's defending into this left-hander. Hulky with a slide on the way in. He's trying to get that rotated and get on the power as soon as he can. As we come down to the left, right, the last two corners, it is Rasterik with Hulky right on his back bumper at the moment. We'll get back forward with the leaders and see how we do as they start lap number 4. I think we're going to be on. As these guys go over the line. I might be mistaken. Is it 3 or 4 that we're on? It is lap number 4. We are just starting. So Hulky and Rasterik locked together in battle. But there are battles all the way through this one. And Ben Clock in a little bit of space on his own as we join him. He's going across the grass. He's now across the grass and into the barrier again. We join Ben at just the wrong time from his point of view. And that has put Hulky right on the back of Ben Clock. Ben is going to have super dirty car tyres. Rasterik has already got through. Hulky then makes the move as Ben trying to tidy up those tyres. That's cost him a couple of places. These three very close together. Number 1 Pops is chasing down Greg White at the moment, who's got wheels just ahead of him as well. 0.7 between Greg and number 1 and 1.8 to Wheels Racing just up ahead. Wheels still chasing down Jack Kobe, but he's got a 1 second penalty. Oh, that is going to hurt. Oh, we've got a yellow flag out. Overtaking has been disabled. I don't know if we've got an issue somewhere. We're watching the timing charts. It's Gamer Dan, Ollie, Stiggy and Jack Kobe out front. I'm not seeing who threw the yellow flag there. It had to be one of the leaders, surely. Or is somebody in deep trouble? No, I don't know who that was. We got Gamer Dan out front by 2 seconds. Ollie is 2 seconds back to Stiggy. Oh, just on board with Stiggy. He's into the barrier big time. So Stiggy now falling down through the order big time. He's having to park up as these other cars come through. He's done the respectful thing and waited. Thank you so much for that. A very courteous rejoin from Stiggy there. Thank you very much. That was really good to see. But it is Gamer Dan 2 seconds ahead of Ollie, who is 3.5 ahead of Jack Kobe. Gamer Dan saying somebody parked up. I don't know who it was who parked up. I think somebody might have dropped it. I'm not sure on that one. Everybody's still running. Gamer Dan obviously seeing something that we're not seeing on the screen at the moment. Drat Fury's just had to bail. He's had to bail on this one. No worries, Drat Fury, that's fine. May well been the car that was parked up at the side and just quitting out. It's not a problem. He's said that he's had to bail and he's apologised for it. That's all good. Gamer Dan out front. Ollie in second, chasing him down. Just 1 second behind at the moment. He's 3.2 ahead of Jack Kobe. Jack Kobe is pulling away from Wheels Racing. Wheels is 3.5 at the moment, and he has got number 1 Pops tight on his tail. He's in the slipstream as we go down into the fast left hand. Well, it's quite tight, but it's quite quick, this one. You do have to bury the brake pedal. You can get across the chevrons, or you can go around and do it deep. 2 different ways of going through that corner. Wheels and number 1 Pops taking a similar line through there. Then we're going to head off downhill. Continuing down, we go up and over the top here, and then the racetrack falls away into this left-hander, and it continues to fall away all the way down towards the last couple of corners, and then we will be on the long straight. Wheels Racing with number 1 Pops tight behind, half a second as they close up. Greg White is just off the back of this one as well, so Greg could get into this one. They need to stay out the barrier, they all do. That's all nice and clean and tidy. It's Gamer Dan out front by 1.4. Ollie 2.7 ahead of Jack Kobe. So Gamer Dan did say he was the king of this car, and he is proving it right now. Has Ollie got any answer at all in this one? He really needs to put a blinding last lap in. We are on the last lap. It's lap 6 of 6. Nest Sim Racing, good evening. Hope you're all keeping well. Great race this one. It is great. It's really good. Drat Fury saying Bashy tonight. I don't know. I'm going to open that one up at the end. May well do a Bashy. We'll see how the timing goes. We've got one more after this, which is going to be Dragon Trail Gardens. It's going to be a bit close, but I'd like to try and get a Nords or a Bashi in at the end. I'll put that down to the YouTube chat for the guys to say what they want to do. But at the moment, Gamer Dan, he's set a 1:59.727. That is his fastest lap, but otherwise he's in the 2 minutes. Ollie with a couple of 2-minute laps, and then two 1:59, a 1:59.5 and a 1:59.4. So Ollie now just 0.7 behind. Maybe Gamer Dan is going to rue his words. And Ollie super motivated here. Very, very much motivated to try and do something in the last few corners. I'm sorry guys, I'm with the two leaders at the moment because it is super tight. There's other battles going on behind. Gamer Dan is throwing up the dirt in Ollie's face. Has Ollie got any answer for him? He's 0.6 behind at the moment as we go into the last left-hander. We then go into the last right-hander. It's all about the drag to the line. Ollie is going to have a draft, but is it going to be enough? Gamer Dan flashing the lights. He thinks he's got it done. He's waggling the back bumper there to say, I've got you, Ollie. I am still king. He is still king. He comes across ahead, just 0.6 ahead of Ollie. Jack Kobe is 3 seconds further back. Wheels Racing is going to get a fine fourth with number 1 Pops chasing him in 5th. Greg White super close in 6th. And then we're going to get Rasterik. He's going to come across in 7th. Hulky is going to get 8th. And then we are going to have a battle behind. We've got Stiggy and Ken really close together. Can Ken get Stiggy? Ben cannot get Stiggy on the line. And then Danny, 84 in 11th with Galacticor in 12th. Those two guys are going to come across the line right now to finish that one off. And what a race that was. Gamer Dan does hold his crown. He is king of the Alfa Giulia car at the moment. It could change in the last one, you never know. I would imagine that Ollie is completely fired up right now, completely fired up. And Jack Kobe dropped to the back, came through to 3rd. Saw some beautiful driving, some beautiful lines from a number of the guys in that one, and we saw some nice battles going on further back as well. We're going to be heading off to Dragon Trail Gardens for the next one, not Seaside. So we're not going to rerun in the Chicane of Death, which killed a few people in the BMWs, I think, yesterday. But Dragon Trail Gardens does pose its own challenges. In particular, the sort of hexagon-y bit, and then you've got to come up over the top for the fast drag down the long straight. You've got to get through that compound curve. So again, another really good taxing track for this one. Gamer Dan was your winner with a 1:59.727. Ollie in second with a 1:58.994. But the fastest lap fell to Jack Kobe in third with a 1:58.698. Wheels Racing with a fine fourth. Number 1 Pops in 5th. Greg White in 6th. Rasterik in 7th. Hulky in 8th. Stiggy 9th. Ben Clock in 10th. Danny 84 11th. Galacticor in 12th. And unfortunately Jack Fury with a DNF on that one being called away. Gamer Dan, Ollie and Jack Kobe are 1, 2 and 3. But still great battles going on throughout the field there. So we head off to Dragon Trail Gardens for this one. Let's just change event settings. As I said, for this one, you've got that little sort of hexagon. I refer to them as the hexagon curves, where you can really close up. And if you can get a great exit, you've got the run up of the hill into the final corners, which is a compound curve. Overtaking opportunities through there. Overtaking opportunities as you slipstream down to the first corner. And then brave at the bottom. We will see how this one pans out. Lots of opportunities for thrills and spills around this one. And we will start the quali. I am going with qualifiers for each of these tonight. And I'm going to start this one at 1:30. Just give people a moment or two to see the balance of the car through the characteristics of this track. That's going to give them a lap or two to run around the track on this one. We'll jump on board with Hulky. Number 1 Top says, I've just upgraded to a G923. It is even harder. Rasterik saying, I use a Logitech G29. My left knee is dead with the brakes. Oh, my friends, you want to try using the what's it pedals? Oh, well, maybe you've got them. Yeah, I know what I mean. Can't think of the word I want right now. Gone out of my head. One of the reasons why I'm not racing at the moment is when I brake and I can feel the pressure through the pedal and also the pressure of my back in the seat. And with the back injury that I've got at the moment, I can't risk that. So I may well be doing some left foot braking, sorry, some right foot braking next week instead of left foot braking, which would be a little bit alien of me. We will have to see. Desperate to get back into this, and I've loved all of these one mate race nights tonight. And again, we've seen it. The first race where people were, some of them were struggling with the car, but now they're on it. They're right in there. They're right in the mix. They're fighting and fighting and fighting. And it's race number 4. We're getting some really close racing again. And I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving the way that these guys are getting into these cars and just learning how they handle and just getting quicker and quicker and quicker, and the consistency getting better and better and better. And, you know, one or the two of them now, they're prepared to, you know, push the car through the corner. We've seen some fantastic four-wheel sliding from some of them. We've seen some of them using the balance of the car where they're coming over a rise and the car lifts off the springs, and then as it lands on the springs again, they're getting the turns done and things like that. We've seen some power sliding out of some of the corners as well. Really, really good racing tonight. We've got Coda's in the room. Joe's in the room. She's heading off to bed, I would assume. You alright?
Yeah.
Looking tired. Right, so where are we? Let's put some details up. Let's just make sure actually that we are on the... Let's start the qualifying. When did I say we'd start the qualifying? Did I? Okay, we got a few minutes. We got 2 minutes before the qualifying starts. 2 minutes and we will be qualifying. We got Game of Downs chasing Dan Olkey. Anybody with a different livery that we've seen before? I think, oh, yeah. Ness in Racing has joined us. He's in the Martini car. Slightly different livery for the Martini than most. It's more of a based around a red car rather than the normal white. Looking very nice, that one, actually. Nice to see a different take on the Martini livery. Especially on an Alfa Giulia, because obviously a lot of Alfas tend to be red. So, yeah, nice take on that livery. A nice spin on it. Looking good. Drat Fury, we've seen Greg, we've seen Wills, we've seen Ben Clock, we've seen Master Rick, we've seen. Somebody's just asking about rain there. I don't believe that we can actually set this to be rain. Can we do rain around here? I don't believe. Oh, we can. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Has to be done. Has to be done. Oh, Ray Purchase. People are going to be screaming at you now, my friend. You've just got a target on your back. Oh, Ray, what have you done? What have you done? What have you done? One of the things I do need to do. So I don't think we called this one out yesterday. Yeah, Ray. Just got a bit of admin to do here. Please stay tonight, but please consider joining PSR for future nights. Hulky's saying tyres. Yeah, we're on sports soft tyres. Tyres are good. Tyres are good. Yeah, Ray, I do need you to I need you to join PSR. We got 16 runners. We actually got 15 runners in now. Because obviously I'm holding a place. Unfortunately, we've got Jack Kobe, Greg White, Gamer Dan, Ollie, Wheels Racing, Danny84, Hulky, Rasterik, Nessim Racing, Ben Clock, Outlaw, Number One Pops, Galacticor, Ray Purchase, Stiggy. So we have got a full complement of races in this one. We are going racing now, I believe. I believe that I am just a little bit behind the curve. 1:30 I said. So those are our runners. Let's get the qualifying underway for this one. And yeah, I do need to get Ray will need to join for futures. Drac Fury saying it's MTech. Who's MTech? Drac, who's MTech? If it is, we'll know, because he will cause merry hell in this one after the other night. Oh, Jack Kobe, big old sideways moment there. These cars have suddenly gone from being really planted to somewhat of a liability. Jack Kobe struggling in the rain. Oh, really struggling there. God, look at the puddles on that corner kicking up. Oh, it's wet. It is very, very, very wet. Oh, Ben going around. Drac Fury just sliding into Ben as well. Remember, guys, if you do kill somebody, please give the place back. This one's going to be good. Put some replay options on actually, so we can just see where we're at. Oh, Ben with a big old slide through that corner. Sliding again. Interesting way through that corner, but it certainly worked. Ben getting a lovely little run down here. You can see we are deep into wet weather territory now. The rain gauge is full wet tyres. Obviously they do not have the luxury of intermediate and wet tyres on these cars. They're on sports tyres, so they will be on the same tyres they've been on all night long. The inters and the wet tyres, the racing wet tyres, are not available to these racers. So if any of you are wondering why they are still on sports soft tyres, that will be the reason. There is nothing that they can do. This is now all about learning, taking what they've learned in this car during the whole of this evening and now applying that to the wet weather conditions. This car has now completely changed, and you know, I'm not racing, but I can see how much this car has changed, how slippery it has become in these conditions. And as we get to the middle of the race, the conditions will be clearing up. It's cloudy, it's not going to dry quickly, but how much of the track is going to clear up? I would imagine at the moment every single one of these corners is going to be a guessing game. As Ben Clock and Hulky come together, as Hulky's just trying to join, but Hulky's all over the place at the moment. He can't get to grips with that back end. Hulky, that was going around all over the place. Number One Pops is off as well. So we've got people struggling on this one. This is going to be really interesting. The rain continues to come down through this qualifying period. And at the moment, we are in qualifying, aren't we? We are in the qualifier. I thought we were. I'm doubting myself all the time tonight. My brain, I do still struggle to concentrate, and I do lose my train of thought. My concentration goes. As much as I'm enjoying the racing, I normally try and keep an eye on where we are. I need to have something here that I move around depending on whether in practice, quali or race. And at the moment it is Ollie that is going to come across the line. And where are we? Gamer Dan, a 201.132. Sim Racing goes fastest with a 201.036, demoting Gamer Dan into second place. So Sim Racing in the Martini car on the top step at the moment. And Gamer Dan second, Greg White in third, Ollie fourth, Hulky fifth at the moment. Hulky in the pits. Drat Fury is going to bail on this one. He's had enough of the wet weather, unfortunately. So Drat Fury is going to be bailing out of this one before the end or before the beginning of the race. So we are going to be one racer down already. Jack Kobe just needs a couple of minutes. Jack, let me know when you are back. Let me know when you are back. I think Drac has he's got some the twins are calling him, I think, on this one. It's Sim Racing with a 201.036. It's a great time. Really, really good time. I mean, Gamer Dan is just 0.096 behind. And then Greg White is 0.112 behind. Ray Purchase is 0.9. So we've got 1 second covering the top three. But we've got 0.1 of a second covering the top three at the moment. Greg White with a half-second penalty. That shows how much these guys are pushing. Gamer down with the car. Big old slide through that corner. That's possibly cost him as well. So are we going to be finishing up with 0.1 of a second covering the top three? That would be absolutely insane. I mean, that is proper British touring car closeness. I mean, come on. That's like professional level. Oh, Ollie dives in there and spoils the party. Oh my gosh. That was close for a while, but it's all changed. It's all changed as they go across the line. Ollie has just banged in a 156.8. I tell you what, Gamer Dan is in trouble here. Dan could be in trouble. He has got Sim Racing. He's got number one. Pops has banged in a time as well. Oh, Gamer Dan is going to be crying in his car at the moment. Spongebob, you're going to have to soak up those tears, my friend. I think the crown is slipping. The crown is slipping. Ollie with a 156.8. Number one. Pops with a 156.9. Just 0.163 behind. Sim Racing 0.292 behind. And then Gamer Dan is 1.5 seconds off the pace. 1.5 seconds back from Ollie with regards to timing here. Oh, game on, my friends. Game on. And Greg White is going to be in there. Greg has had a unusual night tonight. I can imagine he is going to want to be getting a podium around here. And wow, it is just going to be an incredible one, this one. So at the moment, if I've got this correct, it is going to be Ollie and number one Pops on the front row. Number one Pops in the SpongeBob SquarePants pink and black car. He's going to be on the front row. Sim Racing and Gamer Dan on row number 2. So we're going to get the two SpongeBob SquarePants cars lining up behind, one behind the other. And then on row 3, we have got Greg White and Ray Purchase. We then got Stiggy and Galacticor 7th and 8th. Rasterick and Wheels Racing behind them 9th and 10th. Hulky and Jack Kobe are going to be on 11th and 12th. Drat Fury sitting out on this one, possibly spectating. So there we have got 12 runners in this one. Oh, this is going to be exciting. Right, I will just remind you as we go to the start, we've got a wet race and Gamer Dan said earlier on that he is the king of the Alfa Giulia GTAm 2020 car. And for the last race, official last race of the night, we might do a Nords yet. I'm not quite sure, but the last race of the night before we get into fun and games, he finds himself down in 4th place, and in the rain he is 1.5 seconds off of Ollie. Ollie has got everything to gain in here. Gamer Dan, everything to lose. Can Spongebob soak up the wet? Can Spongebob help Gamer Dan to get on the front and run away? We will see, as Ollie's got a terrible start. Oh, what an awful start from Ollie. He's trying to get back up the inside of Gamer Dan, but he found himself down in 3rd at one point. He's got himself back up into 2nd at the moment, getting the inside on Gamer Dan. Gamer Dan's got the inside for this one. So once again, Ollie finds himself in 3rd place. He can't quite get up the inside of Gamer Dan. He's having a good old try. They are wing to wing, rear wing to front wing. Ollie has to tuck in behind. Number 1 Pop's running away at the moment in the wet. Ollie going for a look up the inside into the corner. He can't quite get it done. He's hard on the brakes. That car weaving around all over the place under braking. Gamer Dan's getting it a little bit wibbly wobbly on the acceleration, as is Ollie, as they try to get the power down in the wet weather. It is number 1 Pops out front. He's out front by nearly 1 second already. Gamer Dan has gapped Ollie to 0.4. So come on, Ollie. He put it on the front by 1.5 seconds. We know you're quick around here. The conditions will come to you towards the end of the race. We know Ollie does not like wet weather. I can imagine he absolutely groaned and probably threw his controller at the TV when I put the weather on. You can blame Ray for that one, my friend. Oh, come on, we had to do a wet one. We did a wet one yesterday and it was a blinder. It was an absolute banger of a race, and this one, you can see in the background, it is still pretty tight. We've got number 1 Pops is 1 second ahead of Gamer Dan, who's half a second ahead of Ollie, who is 0.7 ahead of Ray. Ray is 1.1 ahead of Sim Racing. Sim Racing is 1.2 ahead of Stiggy, who has got Jack Kobe 0.8 behind. And then Jack Kobe's got Greg White 0.3 behind. So absolutely pushing Jack Kobe along is Greg at the moment. Hulky's 1.1 back. Drac Fury is running. I thought Drac was going to bail on this one, but he is running. He's got Galacticor just going past him at the moment. Sorry, Rasterik going past, and we've got Galacticor up the inside. He can't quite get that one done, so it's going to be Rasterik, Drac Fury and Galacticor close together as Drac Fury gets it really sideways into that corner. Oh, big slide under power as well. Same with Rasterik. The guys at the back struggling with the tyres at the moment. Stiggy off the back at the moment. Stiggy, who was running so well earlier on, struggling in the rain. This is really does put the cat amongst the pigeons when we throw the weather. It can change absolutely everything. And at the moment, it is Ollie trying to get up the inside of number 1 Pops. He desperately wants to put a car between himself and Gamer Dan. But no, at the moment, Gamer Dan is all over the back of Ollie. Dan's crown, it's tipping. It's sliding. It's sliding like these cars are sliding on the track. Can he get it back? Gamer Dan with everything to do. He's still half a second off of the back of Ollie, and just did you see the flash of red in the background there? Gamer Dan with a half-second penalty. That's going to drop him back to, what, at least a second around here. Oh, Gamer Dan not making life easy for himself. The conditions will come back to these guys, I think, towards the middle of the race. We're on lap number 2 at the moment as we're heading down towards the compound left-hander. Gamer Dan is going to have to close as much as he possibly can. He will not want to lose too much time. The penalty has been served. He's 0.7 behind, so it wasn't quite as bad as it could have been. He's kept that beautiful through there. Some lovely lines. He's 0.7, 0.8. The lights are flashing. He wants to get back on the back of Ollie. Number 1 Pops is out front. Jack Kobe behind. Ray Purchase, Sim Racing, Greg White, Hulky all together in this one. Actually, Hulky just off the back of that little group. I apologise. But Ray Purchase, Sim Racing and Greg White really close together. Greg's up to 7th now. I'm used to seeing Greg up towards the podium. Greg having a bit of an unusual night tonight, in my opinion. Maybe he's not quite hooked it up in this Alfa. He's got himself up to 6th. I don't know, he may well have dropped to the back, of course, as I believe that Jack Kobe did. Now, where is Jack? He's in 4th at the moment, chasing down Ollie at the minute. Ollie and Gamer down side by side. So Jack Kobe's got a front row seat of the two that are going for it. Gamer down and Ollie. They threw the gauntlet down and Ollie just holding the line at the moment. Gamer down saying he was the king of this car. Well, I tell you what, at the moment it is number 1 Pops that is king of the car, because he is out front at the moment by half a second, with Gamer down half a second, no, now 0.2 behind Ollie. It's ebbing and flowing, but Gamer down has now got his mirrors full of Jack Kobe. Jack Kobe's in here. Jack Kobe wants to let everybody know that he is the king. He is the king around any track in any car. He's going for a move up the inside of Gamer Dan. Oh, he has to back out of that one. Gamer Dan with a late move into there, trying to get up the inside of Ollie. He goes a little bit wide. Jack Kobe will go through. And Gamer Dan is going to have to jump on the back of Jack Kobe now. This is going to be a bit dangerous for Ollie now, because if Jack Kobe makes a move, then Gamer Dan could simply follow Jack Kobe through. But we have seen Jack Kobe have the car off the track already tonight, so Gamer Dan's going to be careful, and Gamer Dan does do what I thought he was going to do. He has followed Jack Kobe through. Ollie unable to close the door on Gamer Dan. It's now advantage Gamer Dan. Gamer Dan has got Jack Kobe in front. He's got Ollie all over the back of him. So Jack Kobe in the Stealth Mobile. He's going after number 1 Pops. Just 0.6 behind. Oh, Dan's going really long on that one. I think Gamer Dan might have got into the back of Jack Kobe there. I think Jack Kobe acting as a Gamer Dan brake. I'm not quite sure. There's no damage on the front of Gamer Dan's car, so I might be wrong. And if he did keep that out of the back of Jack Kobe, kudos. He didn't bump him off, so it's all good. They can continue to race. And oh, Gamer Dan, all 4 wheels off the track there. Is that a track limit area? I'm not quite sure. It is. He does go purple, but he does get a half-second penalty. But in the background, Ollie getting it wrong, all off the track. And tell you what, Greg White off the track too. That corner there, I told you, this little hexagon-y bit, as I refer to it, it's difficult in the wet. You can absolutely make some time up. You can lose time badly. They head up towards the compound curve. The last 2 corners on the track, we're on board with Greg White. Some beautiful car control through there as he tries to get the power down. Lovely apex. Nice exit. Ray Purchase tucked in behind as well. Ray is just 0.7 behind, but it is number 1 Pops with Jack Kobe just 0.3 behind. But I tell you what, Gamer Dan is right on the back of Jack Kobe. Gamer Dan's got everything to do here now. He really needs to gap Ollie. Ollie did put it into the barrier, which has helped. Gamer Dan with 2 wheels into the grass there, and again he's really pushing it as hard as he can. He's caught between number 1 Pops and Jack Kobe. He needs to be able to pull it away. He wants to gap number 1, and at the moment number 1 is a cork in a bottle. Jack Kobe has also joined a cork in a bottle as Gamer Dan swings across to the left hand side. He's got a 1-second penalty now. He's got to make this late lunge. He made the late lunge. It was awful. He's gone deep into that corner. Oh my word. That could be game over for Gamer Dan. We were on board, we saw it. He had to go for it. It was a bit of a late lunge in there. The 2 cars, thankfully, in front of him saw it coming. So they're good. They're still running. But Gamer Dan on the brakes, just sliding forward. He's got time, but he's got a 1-second penalty. And Ollie is sitting out there in 2nd place at the moment. And he's got Jack Kobe in front of him as a ghost. So Ollie, it is Advantage, Ollie. But I tell you what, Ollie's going for it. He's getting up the inside of Jack Kobe. He wants to win here. Ollie not only wants to take the crown, he wants to win. He wants to do this in style. Jack Kobe tucking in behind. Outlaw number one Pops. Oh, with a big old slide. No, number one Pops going so well. I was just about to say that number one Pops having a brilliant race, and just as I do that, commentator's curse kicks in. They don't call me Mitchell, Murray, Walker, Morgan for nothing. I jump on board with somebody, I say how where they're doing, and it all goes wrong. I tell you who's doing well, and that's Ollie. He's got Jack Kobe all over the back of him. They're on the final lap. There is a way to go yet. There's plenty of action to come. But Ollie, half a second ahead of Jack Kobe. And Greg White is in the mix. I told you. Greg White wanted a podium. He's going to get one here. He's right up the front. Gamer Dan is in fourth. Dan having a mare of a race here. The track is drying out though. Is there anything that Gamer Dan can bring this one back? The self-professed king of the Alfa Romeo. Unfortunately, the host decided to throw a spanner in the works and chuck the wet weather down. And once that wet weather did come down, it's really made a change here. Ollie, who normally hates the wet weather, finds himself out front by nearly half a second. Jack Kobe's going to be pushing. But the young man that hates the wet weather, I think he's going to be loving the wet weather now. He's going to be saying, Mitchell Morgan, can we have more of this wet weather in future? He's absolutely running beautifully in this car. Not a mark on that car. Lovely lines. Jack Kobe's got no answer for him as he comes to the line. It is going to be Ollie who is going to take the win. He is going to be ecstatic. Jack Kobe is going to be second. Greg White is going to be third. And Dan, my friend, fourth place. What happened? That's the Rick and Fib with Ray Purchase charging on behind. Ness just off to the side in seventh. Number one Pops in eighth. Stiggy's going to come across in ninth. With the wheels racing right on his back bumper as well. Pushing to the line. Great little battle with those. Galactico in 11th and Hulky. Oh, Hulky's not had a good run in this car in this race. He's in 12th. Oh, dear. Gamer Dan says, it's laugh out loud. Sorry, guys, for those two late lunges. My brakes just didn't want to work. Frenchy says, Mitch, thanks for hosting, mate. Thank you for popping in, my friend. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. He says, thanks for the races, chaps. Ain't got the concentration for that. Oh, dear. Ooh, okay. Okay, I hear you, Drac. I do hear you. Where are we? Do we want to go for a smashy or do we want to go for a Nords? Let me know. Jack Kobe's already said smashy. Let me know what you want to do, guys. I will go one last race, whichever you want to do. My head is starting to hurt a little bit, so this is going to be the last one. I'm not going to be pushed into doing two. Oh, crumbs. Oh, crumbs. We've got Nords. We've got three Nords. We've got two smashes at the moment. We've got three Nords and two smashes. So it is Nords at the moment. Nords have it by one vote at the minute. Those of you that are in the chat, there's 29 of you in watching at the moment on the stream. You are more than welcome to suggest. We're now 4 for the Nords. It looks like it is going to be the Nords, I'm afraid. Can we squeeze in two? Do you think we could squeeze in two races? If I do the 24-hour Nords, one lap around here, custom weather. Let's make it interesting. Rasterick saying this car is great around the Nords. All right, okay, we'll do a Nords. We'll do a Nords, one Nords, and then we will do a smashy crashy afterwards. Go on, you've got me. I'm going to do both. I will do both. We'll do both. So we'll do a smashy crashy after this one. Ness says, just the one race for me tonight. Thanks, Mitchell, and everyone for the great race. Enjoy the Nords. Take care. Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you for popping in. Right, so we'll see who we get in this one. At the moment, we got 13 in the room at the moment, including myself, obviously. Jack Kobe, Greg White, Scott Cheggers has joined us. Game of Dan, Wheels Racing, Drat Fury, Rasta Rick, Number One Pop, Stiggy, Ollie, Hulky and Galactical. So, Scott, welcome, welcome, welcome. The issue I've got is Scott is also not a registered. Right, so what I'm going to do is Ray is on a double. I'm going to make him red. And I've got Scott Cheggers is also red because they've both had two runs in the as tasters. And unfortunately, if people are not going to register on a registered night, then we're going to have to take care of that. Right, I am going to get this one going. So this race is going to be starting at on the hour. I'm going to start this one on the hour. Or Game of Dan and Ollie. Winner takes all. The gauntlet has been thrown. Dan, that's risky. Ollie is very, very good around the Nords. This is one of his top tracks. Oh my word! That is a really tough call. I'm not sure I would have wanted to have done that, if I'm honest. I think that. Oh. Yeah. Oh. That is a tough call. Ollie's good around here. Very good around this track. Going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of action. And as you can see, we've gone night on this one. We have gone night time. I haven't put rain. There is going to be a night, I promise you, very soon, when I'm going to do the Nords and it is going to rain. We're going to do night and rain. That will really test people when we do that one. I've not done that tonight, so don't worry, guys. But we are going to be starting off twilight and we're going to be going into the darkness very, very quickly, as you can see. And it does make this a whole different ball game. It also makes it quite difficult for commentary as well, so I make my life a little bit difficult. But in this one, we have got Jack Kobe, Game of Dan saying to me, Ollie versus Dan, new versus old. Yeah, okay. Jack Kobe, Greg White, Scott Cheggers, Game of Dan, Ollie, Wheels Racing, Drat Fury, these are your runners. Hulky, Rasterick, Number One Pops, Galactical and Stiggy. A lot of these guys have been with us all night long. It's been incredible. It's been brilliant. We are going to start the race with this one. Again, it is just straight into the race, so the game will decide the order. Guys, if you are going to give way, please do it respectfully, do it carefully, and please don't take anybody out, because we have got some great racing ahead of us. I have put the Grand Prix track on before the Nord so they can just get themselves sorted out, because it is going to be dark. And Drat Fury says Fury's going to run out. What? course it won't. Have I done 6 laps? No, it's 1 lap. You get me worried there. I thought I'd done 6 laps for a minute. It shouldn't run out. It shouldn't run out. Should be fine. Jack Kobe pulling over to the side there. Oh, crikey. Look at it. Look at it. The brake lights are glowing. There's cars everywhere. We need to zoom out to see the action. It's so many cars all over the place. It's Greg White that is out front with Gamer down in second and Scott Cheggers in third at the moment. Ollie fourth, Jack Fury fifth and Wills Racing in sixth. But I tell you what, it is anybody's as we go through the Grand Prix section of the track. This is the opportunity for the guys to sort themselves out. This is an opportunity to get some overtakes done. Whoa, Scott Cheggers going in between. Oh, Jack Fury just took somebody out big time there. Oh, I'm not sure he took out. He went in deep, deep, deep. And was that Ollie? I think that was Ollie taken out massively there. Oh, what a big hit that was. I think Ollie now, he's got his work cut out. I did say that Ollie was the king of the ring. He's really, really good around the Nordschleife. But I think that Drac Fury has just made it really, really, really difficult for him. Drac down in 11th at the moment with Greg White in 12th. I might be wrong on who hit who there, but it looked, that's how it looked to me on screen. Oh, Gamer Dan is out front at the moment. Scott Cheggers with a half-second penalty, as is Wills Racing. Number 1 Pops in 4th. Hulky's 5th at the moment. Ollie is 6th at the moment. Stiggy 7th. Rasterik in 8th. Jack Kobe back in 9th. Galactical 10th. Drac Fury back in 11th. And Greg White in 12th. Greg off the back of this group at the moment. He may well have fallen to the back. And Drac Fury now in 12th. Actually, he is last on the track at the moment. But it is Gamer Dan out front. He is going to want that crown back. Remember, it was all or nothing. Gamer Dan now on the Nordschleife. This is where Ollie is good. He normally shines around here. Gamer Dan has got to watch every single braking point, every single turning point, every apex, every corner. He's got to nail this. Scott Cheggers with a 1 second penalty in second at the moment. He's 1.2 behind. And then he's got Wills Racing just 0.6 behind as we come over the rides there. It falls. We go into the right-hander. Oh, we got a car that's gone really deep. Oh, Outlaw number 1 Pops is doing some welding on the barrier, I think there. Sparks are flying. He drops back down to 9th now. Oh, number 1 Pops, every time I see him, I really need to leave poor number 1 alone. Wills on the grass as well there, it looked like. I think he managed to gather that one up. Looked like he was on the grass anyway. If he was, he controlled that really, really, really well. It could have been a camera angle on me again. I'm not quite sure, but it is Gamer Dan who is out front by 2.7 seconds. Scott Cheggers with a 1 second penalty and Wills Racing all over the back of him at the moment. The 2 green cars really, really going for it. They're sliding around all over the place. The back of the cars wiggling and waggling all over the place. Hulky's going well. He's in a battle with Ollie. He's holding Ollie up behind him at the moment. Ollie is 3.3 seconds, just 3 seconds off of the lead at the moment. Dan a little bit slower out the front. It drops to 2.8 as Ollie is chasing down Hulky at the moment. Ollie really needs to get this move done. Time is running out. We are about halfway through this one, I think. Not quite halfway around the Nords. But of course, they're going to have to get this done before the long straight, really. Ollie pushing it as hard as he can, but Hulky's doing a great job in keeping him behind. And Ollie's got Jack Kobe on his back bumper as well now. So things not looking good for Ollie, who is normally fairly dominant around here. A lot of pressure on the young man. Hoping commentator's curse doesn't kick in here, because this is looking absolutely wonderful with these guys. We've got 4 cars together here. We've got Wills, Hulky, Ollie and Jack Kobe's dropped off the back for the moment. Jack Kobe's 4 seconds back. So Jack has had a moment of some sort. That is a reprieve for Hulky, and Ollie just manages to get it up the outside of Hulky with a brilliant little move there. We just saw the the back end of that move taking place. So Ollie does make it up into 4th place, but he's now tucked up behind Wills. He cannot get away from the traffic. He needs to get past Wills as quick as he can. Scott Cheggers is right on his back bumper as well. Ollie now into 3rd, still tucked up behind Wills. Wills 0.4 out front. So the point is, Wills has got the half-second penalty, so Ollie will be promoted up to 2nd place as it stands at the moment, but he's 3.3 seconds behind Gamer Dan, who's out front. Gamer Dan is going absolutely beautifully. He's on his own. He's got to keep pushing because the guys behind are really flying. They are really pushing, but Gamer Dan looking really good at the moment out front. 2.8 seconds. Wills going well in 2nd. Unfortunately, we got these penalties that are coming into play. I'd love for Wills to have got a 2nd here. Ollie still trying to get past him. We go into the carousel. Ollie's right on the back of Wills now, just 0.2 of a second. We're going to get into the section of the racetrack that I absolutely hate. It's really technical, the bit that's coming up. Lots of opportunity to lose the back end, to put it into the wall, to put it into the barrier. Gamer Dan 2.6 ahead of this little battle that is going on behind. Wills Racing is doing a great job of holding Ollie behind, and Ollie's picked up a half-second penalty now. Or did he have that before? I'm not quite sure. There's a lot of people with penalties. They won't be serving them until the long straight, but at the moment Gamer Dan is out front with no penalty. He's fine. Wills Racing with a penalty, Ollie with a penalty. Hulky's okay. Scott Cheggers has got a 1-second penalty, and he's got Jack Kobe right on his back bumper at the moment. Oh, Scott Cheggers is just getting into the barrier there. Hard in, that's going to promote Jack Kobe up into 5th. What can Jack Kobe do in this one? He's chasing down Hulky. He's 1.2 seconds ahead at the moment. Number 1 Pop's recovering in 7th at the moment. Greg down in 8th with a half-second penalty. Rasta Rick in 9th. Jack Fury. Oh, Jack Fury losing it badly. 360. He gathered that up nicely. Didn't get into the barrier. Oh, he gets a slide into that one as well. Jack Fury all over the place with a 2-second penalty there, and Galacticor just off the back in 12th. Stiggy 10th at the moment. He's cleared Jack Fury. Rasta Rick in 9th. Greg in 8th. Greg looking for a part, way past Wills Racing now. Oh, Wills with a big old slide and going around. Oh, Wills was going so well for so long, and suddenly it's all gone wrong. Ollie. Oh, Ollie stopped. Ollie has stopped. Did Ollie get into the back of Wills Racing? Is it all over for the king of the ring here? I think it is. Ollie finds himself down in 10th. Oh my word, how it's all swung the other way. The gauntlet was well and truly thrown. Winner takes all. And at the moment, Gamer Dan has got this on a plate. Where is Ollie? He is 32 seconds off the back. Oh, the chat lighting up there. Gamer Dan with a massive no, I think. Dan wanted a really good race, and at the moment Dan is absolutely running away with this. 4.6 seconds out front. Hulky with Jack Kobe right on his back bumper as we come down the long straight. Jack Kobe's going to get the inside, but how brave are these guys going to be through? Actually, Hulky's got the inside, and Jack Kobe goes off onto the grass, and Jack Kobe is losing it big time. He's into the wall, he's round and round, there's sparks flying left, right and centre. He's done a 360, he's got it going. That is some car control right there. Wow. Gamer Dan. He is going to come across the line to take the win. Looks like it's rather slowly there. He's waiting for the other guys to catch up, and it is Dan that's going to take it. Hulky 2nd, Jack Kobe 3rd, number 1 Pops 4th. Greg White is going to come across 5th. Scott Cheggers is going to get 6th place on that one. Rasta Rick with a fine 7th. But we're looking back to see it all went terribly wrong for Ollie. Stiggy's going to come across in 8th with Wills Racing right on his back bumper. Pushing hard down this long straight. Of course, it isn't the normal. That is why it looks slow, because they weren't going through the tight bit. Ollie gets 10th, Galacticor 11th, Jack Fury off the back. But Ollie, what happened? What happened? Oh, dear. Ollie's saying Sorry, Will. RL9010, thank you for popping in and for the like. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Ray Purchase saying, hi guys, Red Bull last night was fun and Dragons in the Rain, brilliant. Oh, Ollie getting into Will's, it looks like such a shame. Wasn't a fair race in the end, says Gamer Down with a sad face. Hulky Racing, Jack Kobe, you should have taken P2. It was my fault. I drop it. There you go. Oh my word. What a race. What a race. Well, I'm just going to do, I'll share it anyway. I'll share that one. And then I'll very quickly going to set up a 5-lap smashy for you guys. You've earned it. You've earned it. We've had some cracking racing tonight. You've really earned this one. Really earned it. And William saying, thanks for waiting. I was too slow. Ollie says, it is what it is, Dan. Made a mistake hitting Will anyway. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. They're going to have to leave this one on the table for another time. But at the moment, Gamer Dan leaves with the crown in place. Ollie has had a fantastic run of races, but his luck run out at the Nordschleife at night. So Gamer Dan was your winner with a 9 minutes and 6.443. Just 0.698 ahead of Hulky, who was a fine second ahead of Jack Kobe. Jack Kobe in third. Just 0.9 behind. And then number one Pops in fourth. Greg White fifth. Scott Cheggers sixth. Rasterix seventh. Stiggy in eighth. Then we've got Wills Racing in ninth. Ollie 10th. Galacticor 11th. And Drac Fury in 12th on that one. But Gamer Dan, Hulky and Jack Fury. Jack Kobe. Oh, I can't get my words out. Gamer Dan, Hulky and Jack Kobe in 1, 2 and 3. Sorry guys, I'm just starting to get a little bit tired. Right, smashy, crashy, bashy, whatever you want. We're going to go 5 laps around here in this car. We're at midnight. Got to be done, isn't it? It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Strong. It's all good. It's all good. We'll take no limit on that one. We're going to go sports, soft tyres. That's all fine. That's all good. I think we're there. I think we're there. Drac, I'm mixing it up tonight, my friend. I'm mixing it up, I'm afraid, Drac Fury. He's saying, no rain, boo. It's been an unusual week. It's been a very unusual week of races. I've thrown a little bit of everything out there, and we very rarely do this in the rain. I cannot remember the last time we did this one in the rain. Dan saying, rain for the smashy bashy. It is going to dry up. It will dry up halfway through. What did I do for? Yeah, SO1 is going to dry up. Nick Humphrey saying, let's do this, rock and roll. It's a different week. Come on, guys. Get with the program. Get with the program. Come on. I am going to start this race at 15:15. You're in the wet. I'm in trouble. Gamer Dance is going to be more a spinny winny than a smashy bashy. Well, I don't know. What's going to happen? We've got Jack Kobe, Greg White, Scott Cheggers, Gamer Dan, Wills Racing, Drac Fury, Hulky, Rasterick, number one Pops, Galacticor and Stiggy are your runners. And we are going to be going racing in just a moment. I will remind you, there is no bull riding in this one. Well, the rain's in, so that could be a bit interesting. There is no bump in the leader. It's wet and rainy, so that's going to be interesting. And of course, don't forget, you've got that long straight where there is going to be no rain whatsoever. So this one's going to be pretty interesting. Ollie, going to pull out of this one. Got a banging headache all of a sudden. Oh, he's wimping out. Ollie, the young lad, he's wimping out. Oh, there you go. I can't believe that. Gamer Dan's giving him a wave. All right, maybe I shouldn't have done the wet weather, but, You know me. This is why you guys come and race with me, because you never really quite know what you're going to get. This is what makes us different. We don't do lots of GR racing, and even when we do something like this, you know, I mix it up a bit. Oh, there's a lot of smashing and crashing going on at the back there. They don't need the wet and the rain. Crikey, there was some... I think that was Jacoby who was causing most of the mayhem and Will's Racing there. Their cars are completely trashed. Completely trashed. Let's have a look and see how they do going into the... Oh, look at this, into the first corner. None of them going... Oh, holy banana cakes, those guys going in there. Oh, I tell you. Oh, I'm loving it. If you guys aren't, I'm loving it. Jacoby getting into the side of Hulky. The wet weather, they're trying to get the power down. They're sliding around all over the place, but they all went into that top corner like a load of battering rams. Gamer Dan is sliding it around in the wet. He's way out front. He's 4 seconds out front. Greg White in second at the moment. Number one Pops is chasing him down. Number one Pops could have a go at Greg White here. No, he slides through. He's just gone through. Jacoby. We know what a minx Jacoby can be around here. Jacoby loves to race, but I tell you what, he loves to have some fun around here. He loves for people to try and punt him off, and he has a go back. His car is completely mangled. I tell you what, none of these cars are going to be worth a dime on the second-hand market. Oh, and the Gamer Dan losing it all on his own. Oh no, it was that Outlaw that was losing it all on his own there. Gamer Dan's out front. He's still going well. That was number one Pops that was losing it on the weather there. Hulky into the barrier too. And so number one Pops just showing that he can do donuts in the rain around Tokyo in a smashy bashy. Hobie in second at the moment with Greg White right behind him. Is Greg White going to take him out? We will see. They're going to go around this corner. Oh, Greg White and Jacoby into the barrier there. I did say there would be a bit of banging and crashing into the barriers there. Greg just trying to get on the power to chase Jacoby. Dan is 6 seconds out in front, and I think number one Pops again getting a bit sideways. I think at the back was that. No, it wasn't number one. It was somebody else. Somebody else getting a big sideways moment in the background. It's hard to see who it is with the different colours, and so many of them were pink and Spongebob on them. Difficult to tell. They get a reprieve as they go through the tunnel. It is Gamer Down 6 seconds ahead of Jacoby, who is half a second ahead of Greg White, who's 1 ahead of Outlaw number one Pops and 1.3 ahead of Scott Jaggers. Of course, this means absolutely nothing these times because boost is on, slipstream is on strong, and as they hurtle down into this first corner, who is it going to be? Oh, Galactical's going in there, wrecking ball. Oh, crikey, that was hard. All going in there super hard. It's difficult to see all of them. Galactical having a lot of fun. He's enjoying this one. Going in there. I don't even think he bothered with the brakes. Number one Pops. Oh, we've got Scott Cheggers going around. Number one Pops just making his way by, but we're just on board with Galactical. He's right on the back of Hulky. Is he going to turn Hulky round, or is he just going to follow him through? The rain continues to come down. We're on lap 2 of 5. Oh, Drat Fury and another car behind getting into the wall. Galactical and Hulky in the wall. Galactical just helping Hulky off to one side there so he gets through. Hulky's going to want to have another go back. Galactical got pinned up on the barrier. So Galactical gets tucked in behind Hulky. He's got number one Pops behind him. Number one Pops is turning his mate around. No love lost between the Outlaws. No love lost between the Outlaws. Wheels Racing is getting into this one too. Galactical and Wheels having a bit of a battle claw. The back of that car, the Galactical's car, looks like it's a little bit bent. Oh, number one Pops getting into the mix again. Look at this, it's tight with these little group. We're just watching this little group at the moment. Who's going to turn who round? Who's going to... Oh, they're actually going really well in the wet through there. Oh, Outlaw and Scott Cheggers getting into each other. Scott Cheggers getting into the back of Galactical. Galactical keeping his boot in. Scott Jaggers spinning it round and he's still going. Kudos, my friend. That is cool. Stiggy getting turned around in the back there, I think that was. Poor old Stiggy getting roughed up badly there. So the Outlaws looking like they're really having some fun in this one. Number 1 Pops, Stiggy, Galacticor. Who else have we got from the Outlaws in this one? We're being infiltrated, guys. I tell you what, they're giving us some fantastic entertainment. Oh, who was that trying to put somebody into the Jack Kobe, trying to put Gamer down into the pits and failing miserably there. Going to be heading down towards this main straight at the moment. If I just come back a little bit, you're going to see these guys are going to be piling in. Oh, number 1 Pops with a lovely run. Oh, he gets it wrong and bang into the arse end of the round. One of the cars fully in the air there. Absolutely fully in the air. One of the cars went in there so hard. Poor old Greg White is being pushed sideways. He's struggling. Here we've got Wheels. Number 1 Pops is pushing Wheels as well. Oh, Greg White in the barrels and in trouble. Rasta Rick just running around in no man's land at the moment, unfortunately. Oh my word, that was incredible. Those guys going in really hard. So we've got, who are we on board with now? Jack Kobe with Hulky and Drat Fury just behind. Or we've got Galacticor backwards into the barrier in the background now. I don't know if that was self-inflicted or whether he got turned around. Jack Kobe's still riding the barriers. The rain has stopped. We're on lap number 5. It should start to dry up because the warm weather should be making a difference here. Although we are at night, so it will be interesting. But it is Gamer Dan. He's 1.3 ahead of Scott Cheggers. These two guys are 2 seconds ahead of the pack chasing behind, and it is a pack that is chasing behind. Gamer Dan rocking it tonight. The poor guy's got to be up early tomorrow. I really thought that Dan would have bailed by now. I'm going to be in so much trouble. I bet his missus is going to be on the Discord tomorrow having a right old go at me, and rightly so. Gamer Dan running all of these races tonight. He's got the hazard lights on. Is he on auto drive? What is going on here? Or is he just saying to Scott Cheggers, come on, come and get me, give me a bump draft? He flashes the lights. No, he's just after a bump draft from Scott Cheggers. I think that's what it is. Is anybody going to be put into the pits on this one? Is anybody lined up for one? Jack Kobe is a master of putting people in the pits, but nobody on this one for the moment. Everybody's just coming through. Oh dear, poor old Galacticor. He's off the back. Hopefully he'll catch up. He's got plenty of time. He should catch up with the boost and the slipstream on, but Galacticor getting roughed up badly back there. He's way back. Rasta Rick is recovering too. Oh crumbs, we've got Drat Fury and Stiggy and a few of the guys that are just recovering out of the tight hairpin. The weather is, the track is definitely drying out now, so they're going to need to stay out of the wet pits at the side of the track. Oh, Hulky with a big sideways moment. Again, another sideways moment. Drat Fury as well, both taking the same line. Oh, who's that going round at the back? It's a green car facing the wrong way. It's Wheels Racing again. He maybe got roughed up there, or maybe he dropped it. I'm not quite sure. All of the guys are rubbing the barriers. Come on, guys. The rule here is no wall riding. They're all making the barriers. It's because they're sliding. You need to stay on the dry. It should be a dry line forming. For the last lap, I'm expecting the track to be drying. I don't think it's going to be dry, but certainly it should be raceable. Drat Fury big into the wall there again. Stiggy would have seen that. And Stiggy get on the back. Just a little bit further up, we've got Hulky and number 1 Pops. Is Hulky going to have a go? I think he is. He's going to get up the inside. He's going to put what Pops into the wall. He gets tied up behind Wheels, I think, as well. Jack Kobe with a big slide out of the corner. It's Gamer Dan out front at the moment. He's got Greg White tight behind him. Gamer Dan still with the hazard lights on. Hulky's just off the back too. Is anybody going to wind up in the pits on this one? Greg White goes dangerously on the inside. Oh, he body checks Gamer Dan, but he can't turn him around. Gamer Dan got onto the barrier quickly, so that didn't happen. Oh, Greg White and Gamer Dan moving across the track. Nobody going for the pit at the moment. Nobody's going for that move. They're in the dry. coming through the tunnel. How dry is it going to be as we head down towards the first corner? Once again, people going in hard. Greg White trying to stay out of trouble. Oh, he just stays out of trouble. Do you know what? Greg White really staying out of trouble through there. That was masterful. Masterful. Lots of other cars piling in. He finds himself coming out of there in third behind Hulkie with Jack Kobe out front. Let's see what happens. Oh, Greg White hard into the barrier. He's trying to take out Jack Kobe. Using the barrier, doesn't quite come off. Hulkie's got through. So we've got Hulkie, Greg White and Dan all in the mix. They want to get on the back of Kobe and take him out. Come on, guys. Can any of you put Jack Kobe in the pits? That is your challenge. 3 skillful racers. Wills is in there as well. Lots of skillful racers. Scott Cheggers is in there as well. Jack Fury's in there. There's a lot of good people in here that know this race well. Come on, can any of you put Jack Kobe in the pits? Jack Kobe having a go at, was that Gamer Dan or was that Hulkie? He was just trying to put him into the wall there. Gamer Dan super sideways. The 3 of them going to go through there together. We've got this last double left-hander. Kobe half a second out front. Oh, Kobe gets turned around massively. Greg White hits the front. Is Greg White going to run away? He's got a lot of steam pouring out the exhaust on that car. But he's 1 second ahead of Gamer Dan, who is 1 second ahead of Hulkie. Half a second back to Outlaw. Scott Cheggers. Jack Kobe finds himself way down in 6th at the moment. But what is going to happen as we come down towards the end of this one? We've got Gamer Dan, Greg White out front. Gamer Dan just behind Hulkie. They are going to come across the line. Everybody's coming across the line. All Wheels racing hard into the barrier there. Rasterik just getting it stopped before the line. He's going to go for the line. Wheels Racing just holding back a little bit. And he's going to take out Galacticor on the line. They both collect each other. Wheels Racing just body checking Galacticor on the line. Wow. Oh my word. That was good. That was good. Well, I ask you, did the rain spoil that? Or I think it was okay. I think it was interesting to watch the guys struggling in the rain initially and the cars spinning around, and then it dried out and we had a classic at the end. I think that was good. I enjoyed that. Ray Purchase says, sorry, back now. Had to call 999 for your neighbour. Oh my God. I hope everything's okay, Ray. Ollie's just saying, I'm not heading off because of the rain. His head is pounding. We let you off. Oh, Ray, I hope everything's okay with your neighbour, mate. That's not something we want to hear in the chat. Never something you want to hear. I hope that's nothing. Well, it's got to be serious. You don't call 999 unless it's serious. But we will leave that one hanging for the moment. I am calling it a night now, so I am going to vacate the room. I didn't go through the winners and the losers on that one, but it was a smashy crashy. There are no winners and losers. Everybody is a winner in the smashy crashy for that one. Can I just say thank you to everybody that's raced in the Alfa Giulia this evening. We've had some more great racing. For me, it was phenomenally interesting to watch how people were racing in that first race and getting to grips with the car, and then how people developed again throughout the night as they got to grips with the characteristics of the car, and it got closer and better, and some absolutely fantastic on-screen battles again. I did absolutely enjoy that. It was wonderful. Tomorrow we're going to be in the Viper. I don't know which of the Vipers we're going to be in. I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's just go and have a look at... No, I don't want to go into there. Let's have a look at the Vipers in Brand Central. Like I said, I'm not quite sure which one will be running. But it will be one of the Dodge Vipers that we'll be in tomorrow. And people are going to have to get to grips. So what have we got? It's going to be a Viper rather than the Charger. Oh, the Charger would have been good, wouldn't it? So we're not going to go with GRs. I think What do we fancy? Do we fancy the GTS02 or the GTS13? Or we got the SRT10? Which of those three cars do you prefer, guys? Which one do you which do you reckon? Let me know what you think. That's 508. That's 640. GTS 13 is going to be a beast, isn't it? They're all going to be a beast. William's gone for the O2. Hulky's gone for the GTS O2. Trevor's gone for the 13. So we've got a couple of Jack Fury's gone the O2. So we've got 3 votes for the O2. Oh, Ray Purchase says the meds he's on makes him bonkers. Sometimes he's 80. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I'm sorry to hear that. Number one, Pops, it's going to be hard to control on sports softs. It's the whole idea. It's to challenge you guys. So it looks like we're going for the Viper GTS02. It looks like that is the car that you guys are picking for yourself for tomorrow. I'm not going to lie, that wouldn't be my choice. That would not be my choice at all. I'd have gone for the GTS 13 or even it's been called. If you want to run on different tyres in this car tomorrow, hit me up in the Discord. I am open to different tyres, but for the moment, I am keen to stick with the Sports Soft tyres. I think we've had some great racing in some of the cars on the Sports Soft tyres this week. And I think that this could be a very, very, very interesting challenge for the last of the specials that I've done this week. We started off in the Ferrari, the Scuderia. We then went into the M2. From the M2, we jumped into the... this is what my brain is like. Forgive me, guys. What were we racing today? What have we been in all night long? Yeah, whatever. Forgive me. Oh, this is what really, really, really worries me. My concentration and my just still can't think. Whatever, it's been great racing. What were we? It's annoying me. What were we in? I can't think. Oh, you were in the Alfa Giulia. Oh, crikey! Of course. Yeah. So we had the Ferrari Scuderia. We had the brilliant M2 competition. We did the Alfa Giulia today, which was outstanding. And then we're going to do the Vipers. Those are 4 cars that we're running this week. A whole week of single make racing. I've loved every minute of it. And I think we're probably saving the beast for the end. It is going to be the Viper, the GTS 02 car that we'll do tomorrow. So go grab it. Stick yourself your pink Spongebob SquarePants livery on them, or whatever livery you want. It's not an expensive car. It's only 120,000 credits, so it's accessible to everybody. That is the one we're going to be running tomorrow. For now, I'm jibber jabbering, so I'm going to call it a night because I am over my curfew. I will be consulting AI for the tracks. We'll be announcing them in the Discord tomorrow. Thank you to everybody that is registering at the moment. We've got approaching 80 registered subscribers now since we introduced the new rule book not so many months ago. And yeah, going to be a fun one tomorrow. Have yourselves a great morning, evening, night, afternoon, day, whatever you're doing. Have a great one. Stay safe, stay well. Those of you that aren't well, hope you get better. And we'll be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow for more of the same. The last stream of the week. I will not be streaming or hosting on Friday. Unfortunately, we'll be back on Monday after the weekend. So tomorrow will be the last one. Let's make it an absolutely barnstormer. I will see you then. For now, take care. Bye bye.